because I have my very large mug of tea. We've got a nice sort of purple through pink sunset going on. I've changed the white balance on my camera so it's a little orangey, just to fit in with the sunset. Hello to absolutely everyone who's here. Thank you very much, Conrad, for the raid. I very much appreciate it. Yeah, let's get started. So, for anyone who wasn't here on Friday when we started streaming this game, honestly, you've not missed a huge amount. It's not the kind of game that's hugely plot relevant that you're going to miss too much. I am playing as a character who runs a coffee shop that's only open at night. And we're just having nice chill conversations with vampires and werewolves about what their cups of tea are like and what's going on in their lives. There's someone who frequents the coffee shop and is writing a book at the moment. There's a couple of people having some relationship trouble we're trying to talk them through. It's just a nice chill exploration of coffee. And we're going to be taking lots of time to just sort of gently stop and read nice stories. So, two questions in the chat. Bug Bob asks why I'm aiming for partner at the moment. I don't want to say too much in case it doesn't come together, but I've been offered a really good opportunity around E3 week this week that requires me to be partner, and that's about all I can say about it right now. Right. Research found that most Fury sedative on the market are not safe. Yes, so we came across this last time. Werewolves in this world, when that time of the month with the full moon happens, there are over-the-counter medications to deal with Fury, but most werewolves prefer to find their own thing to calm themselves during that time of the month, and a lot of werewolves have been resorting to, like, there's one who keeps visiting our coffee shop and he's looking for, like, he doesn't want it to have too much caffeine, he feels like it needs to have ginger, but he's not quite worked out what his werewolf fury treatment is yet. So yes, this is Freya. Freya is currently a journalist trying to write a book while also doing a day job of journalism. I empathise with Freya very much. Freya has a month to come up with a book draft for a publisher, and they have decided to write their book about the various stories, loosely themed, around the various stories that come through the coffee shop, so that's why Freya's here at the moment. Do you want to order anything else? I'm good for now. I'll order again once I finish reading this. Oh, okay then. Actually, while we're here, Freya writes short stories, which I think we've got a new one. We did we read this one? Yes, so we have a new short story from Freya to read, Cyberpunk Love Hotel. Room service. Get this order to room 512. The order came around 10:30 p.m. I was doing nothing, or, in other words, I was waiting for an order to come. I was tasked to take a bottle of wine and a couple of packs of condoms. Yes, sometimes it gets really do ask for things like that. Talk about being unprepared. The person in charge that night gave me the requested items and let me out of the room to deliver them. From there I went to the lobby and waited for the elevator to arrive. While I was waiting, a guest came in behind me and pressed the button to call the elevator. He looked at me in awe. I looked back at him, showing him the smile hotel management had taught me. He smiled back. When we got in the elevator, he pushed the button for the 3rd floor. Silence filled the tiny room. As we ascended, the guest pulled his phone from his pocket and started recording me. Oh, this again, I thought. I didn't do anything about it. To be precise, I can't do anything about it. After all, it's part of the job. Ding! We reached the 3rd floor. The guest left me while still pointing his camera at me. I waited, alone, until the elevator reached the 5th floor for a few seconds. I left the elevator and started moving towards room 512. When I was in front of the room, I rang the bell to let the occupants know I'd arrived. It's here! I can hear the muffled voice of a woman. The door opened. Look, hon, They really do use a robot to deliver room service, the woman shouted back at her partner. Aha, there we go, there's the twist. Haha, that is so cool, the guy responded, trying to sound interested, though I'm sure he was staring at the woman's butt and couldn't wait to use the stuff they'd ordered. I want to take a picture with the robot, okay? The woman said in a saccharine, sweet, mildly nauseating tone. Sure, hon. Oh, wait, are you sure it's okay to just hug the robot like that? Huh, it turned out the man could still think with his big brain after all. It's fine! I saw they even have a robot you can have sex with. I'm sure a simple hug won't matter, said the woman. That's a different model. What's next? You're going to hug a Terminator? I screamed internally. Say cheese in 1, 2, 3. Flash. It looks so cute. I was hoping it might look more human-like, though. Maybe they don't have the technology for that yet, said the adult woman who still hadn't grasped the concept of look but don't touch. Okay, come on, darling. This robot's got other things to do. Let's just take out our order and let it do its work. They took their order and closed the door. Oh, humans. How the hell did your people manage to survive for so long in this universe? I wondered as I trundled back down to my room. Oh, I really enjoy Freya's little short stories. Oh, thank you very much to people with the subs in the chat. Primus2150 I've seen. Thank you, Rack the Line, for gifting a sub. Thank you. Right, we shall get back to Freya now. Okay then. I'll leave you to whatever that is. Oh man. Who have we got joining us tonight? Oh, Aqua. I like Aqua very much. Aqua is a blue-haired, very shy, very interested in video games person who is much more into analytical writing than fiction writing. Again, I've been empathizing with a lot of these characters as we've played. Oh, Aqua. Fancy seeing you again so soon. Hi, Freya. Hi, Laura. Oh, good evening, Miss Aqua. How are you two doing? Same old. I'm good, how about you? I'm fine, thank you, and you? Oops. I asked that already. I'm sorry. Oh, don't worry about it. Is Myrtle here? So far it's only me and Laura. We have you with us now, of course. Are you meeting her here tonight? Oh, it's not that. I was just wondering whether she's coming here again tonight. Well, you have her email, right? Yes, so here is Aqua's deal. The other night at the coffee shop, Aqua met a sort of jockish orc who works as a video game developer and is working on, like, basically making environments for, like, a Call of Duty or something, but it seemed like shy, quiet Aqua and her game developer, jock friend, really hit it off. They seemed like they were getting on well. They exchanged business cards, but I feel like there's more to it than that, from my armchair position behind the counter. Why don't you just tell her to come and meet you here now? That always works for me whenever I want to talk to someone. That wouldn't be nice. It's not that important anyway. I just wanted to follow up on the questions our team sent today. Follow up directly, I mean. Anyway, I should order something. Well, take your time, Miss Aqua. It's alright, I'll order now. I'll have a cup of tea with lemon and cinnamon, please. Yeah, so this is the actual gameplay bit of the game, is making our various drinks for people. What did, lemon and cinnamon, wasn't it? Some of the orders will be a bit more abstract than this. Now, they're not always as, here is exactly what I would like. Sometimes people give you a feel and you have to, you know, what might work for your mood tonight. Oh, that looks lovely, doesn't it? Here you go. Oh, it looks so pretty. If I'm not mistaken, it's called Russian tea, right? Oh, you knew? I heard about it once. I'm pretty sure the only part that's Russian is the name. originally from Community Cookbook or something. Yeah, you're right. Whoa, that's a highly specific fun fact to know. I guess I spent too much time browsing the internet. See, these two are my favourite characters we've had in this coffee shop so far. Both of them are very my type of people. If these were actual people who existed, I would very much hang out with them. When did you arrive, Freya? I've been here since you left last night. Finish drinking first, Aqua. I'm sorry. I said you haven't left? Oh, I was just joking. That would be crazy. Why? Oh no. I didn't mean to offend you or anything. Yeah, Aqua is very prone to social awkwardness and apologising far sooner than they need to for things. Oh, we have something new in our coffee list. What do we have? That's the Russian tea, isn't it? And have we leveled up with someone in our phone app? Is it Aqua by any chance? Oh, that's nice. We screwed up our first chance making a good impression with Aqua. I made them entirely the wrong drink first time they came in. First wrong drink I'd made all game, and things didn't go terribly well. Pretend Coding says, how far are you away from being partner? I need to be averaging about 75 viewers per stream, and since I've moved to this time slot, I've been averaging somewhere in the range of 50-ish viewers, which has been lovely. We need to make a little bit more of a bump, but we'll see. We'll get there. It's just that you shouldn't forget to take breaks. Please make sure you get enough rest. Of course I will, Miss Aqua. Thank you for the reminder. By the way, Aqua. Big Bug Bob in the chat asks, would this opportunity, if you've got a partner, allow you to criticise E3? Because I want to see that if it's a shit show. I certainly wouldn't be stopped from criticising E3, I'll put it that way. Oh yes, okay, Slime Pig Mike says, I did fail to make an experimental tea for Mike, but I think, for the werewolf, but I think in my defence, the werewolf didn't know what he wanted, so I don't know how I was supposed to know what he wanted. Where do you come from? Because, judging by your accent, you're not from the States, right? I'm not, I'm from the ocean. Whoa, so you're full-fledged oceanic. Oh, so you're like a mer person. Born and raised in the sea. Why did you move here? Chasing the American dream, I guess? You moved with your family? No, I'm the only one who can move here. Oh. May I know why? Not easy for our people. Especially the females to get higher education. I got scholarships and the opportunity. I wasn't sure about moving, you know, but my parents pushed me to do it. How long have you been here? Almost 2 years now. Do your parents visit often? They can't. Do you know how hard it is for my people to get a US visa? Oh, okay. So this game has definitely been touching on some real-world topics as viewed through the lens of fantasy creatures. We had a situation, what was it? I think it was an elf and a succubi that were having a relationship, and there was issues with the parents of racism. And here we have, yes, this is the immigration character, I see. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, it's okay, we're still in contact. We do a video call at least once a week. Do you have any siblings? Of course. We are sea people. My extended family is probably as big as Seattle's population. Whoa. That's a lot. You really have that many relatives? Of course not. I was just exaggerating. Rack the Lion in the chat asks, Laura, will I need to hide the butt book from my young children? Nothing in the butt book is explicit. We've we've walked the line of everything is tastefully implicative. It's not like you're going to open it and, you know, see anything that, you know, would need a censor bar over on television or anything. You could. I think you'll be fine, probably. There are hundreds of us. Holy. How about you, Freya? Do you have any siblings? I have. Not as many as you, I assume. I have a little brother, 4 years younger. He also lives in Seattle? No, he's living in San Francisco, near our parents' house. He's a good kid, and I'm the rebel. Working some high-end tech job, while taking care of my dad on the weekends. Oh, that's nice of him. Oh, I know, right? That reminds me, I should visit my parents after finishing this draft. You should. Now, I'm going to take a moment. I think everyone should appreciate, if I can get it into shot well, my very large rainbow-coloured butt mug that I am enjoying from tonight, because it's coffee talk, so it felt right to have a hot drink. This will just soothe us along our way, and I hope that many of you have a hot drink with you as well. Yeah, I agree with you, that, yeah, this narrative's a little on the nose, but I'm enjoying it, and it's well written, and it looks beautiful, and I'm enjoying learning about these people. Like, here's the thing, I've been thinking about this game a bit since I've been playing it. It's light on gameplay, but I've been really enjoying just being on the fly on the wall to people's conversations. It's a really chill vibe. Anyway, I want to order something now. Another espresso? You know, the usual. Yeah, I feel like as this game's going on, we're definitely getting more instances of people asking for the usual, and I feel like if we don't remember what that usual is, we are gonna get the serious side eye. Yeah, Freya is very much the bitter espresso, work through the night, never stop kind of person. Bitter! Just the way I love it. Oh, is this someone new, or is this someone from a previous... This is someone new! Good evening, sir. Who are you, hamster teacher? How can I help you, sir? Oh, yes. I don't know what to order. Something to raise your spirits, perhaps? Nothing you like on the menu? I can make you a custom drink if you like. Actually, are you familiar with STMJ? I have no idea what that is. If you can tell me the ingredients, I can probably do it. Ah, lucky me. Stands for Susu Telur Maju Jahe. It's Indonesian. It means milk, egg, honey, and ginger. Milk, egg, honey, ginger. Do I have egg? Ah, they're not on the shelf, but hooray! We'll add an egg at the end. So it was what? Milk, honey, and ginger. Honey and ginger, and then we're going to add the egg at the minute. I think that's right. Was it honey and ginger? I think it was milk, honey, and ginger, but I'm going to double check I'm going to check my phone app. Do I have it in here? No, they haven't added it yet, have they? No. Okay, screw it. We'll take the risk. Milk, honey and ginger. I'm pretty sure it was. I think. Yeah. And the egg is the one we're adding at the end. Okay. It threw me because it didn't say STMJ when we made it as what we'd made, but obviously the egg gets added in the end. Is that okay?
You almost got it right.
Yeah, what did I get wrong?
Well, I guess it's the honey. You should have put the ginger in after the milk.
Oh. I didn't realise there was an order I was supposed to do this one. Noted.
Don't worry about it though.
The milk in after the ginger. Okay, so in future, honey, ginger, milk? Honey, ginger, milk in future. Okay. Jarak the Lion in the chat asking about if I can leverage other ways to get myself partner on Twitch. I'm looking into it, but we'll see. At the moment, I'm just doing nice streams and enjoying them and having a good time with people being here, so I'm in no rush. We're going the right direction.
Well, I've travelled to many places in the United States, but none of them got the STMJ right. Excuse me, may I ask you girls something?
Sure, ask away.
What kind of things do you kids like doing nowadays?
Excuse me?
Aren't you college students?
No, we're not.
I see.
Oh no! Did he find out they weren't college students and then slide a seat closer to them? Oh no. Oh no.
May I ask how old you are?
Oh, you're giving me bad vibes already. Can I kick you out? Yeah. You're being creepy, old man. Go back to your chair and keep your distance.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be creepy.
Oh, I feel... Okay, he's backed off straight away. I feel like maybe I've misjudged him. Maybe it's not as creepy as it seemed. But I know if that was me, if I was sat in Freya's seat and he asked how old I was and then sidled a seat closer to me, I know I would put my defences up. Hey, Laura.
I just...
Who is this pervy old man?
I want to...
I have no idea, it's his first time here.
I want to be able to understand young people.
I feel like we're gonna find out that he's trying to connect with his kid or something, and he wants to understand what the kids are like. Oh, thank God you're here, Officer Yorhei.
What's up?
There's a creepy old man trying to flirt with us.
Where? You mean him?
Yes, but not so loud.
Oh, this man here is Rachel's dad, Freya.
Oh! I believe, let me just double check the phone as to who Rachel was. I think I know who Rachel is. We'll know in a second. Yes, so Rachel came into our coffee shop Friday when we streamed, and she used to be part of an idol group or a female pop band. She's gone out to have her own solo career recently. She kind of chatted to us about the fact she was having a bad time with her dad. She ran away from home but was not old enough to go to a bar, so she came and hung out in our coffee shop, and we talked through the fact that since her mum's passed, her and her dad haven't been communicating so good. A lot of arguments, a lot of not really dealing with problems. The police officer gave her a ride home and made sure she was alright, and I get the impression here this is... Yeah, okay, he wants to understand his kid more so that they can connect, because they've been fighting a lot recently. Okay, that's kind of sweet, actually. Okay. You have an innocent motive for wanting to understand the youth.
He asked me to meet me, so I told him to come here.
Oh. I didn't know that Rachel's dad was a pervy old man. No wonder she ran away from home.
Everyone please, meet Mr. Furlong, Rachel's dad. Mr. Furlong, meet Freya and Laura. Please, call me Hendry.
Do we have Hendry in the phone now? I'm assuming so. Oh, okay, his picture is a picture of him when he was younger with his daughter. Okay, I feel like he's trying to be a good dad. I'm curious to hear his side of things. I think what we learnt last time was it definitely seems like his deceased wife was the mediator in family arguments, and, you know, they don't have that now.
Please call me Henry. I apologise for earlier. I wasn't trying anything funny. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, wait a minute. Your name is Henry Furlong.
Yes?
And you're Rachel Florencia's father.
Yes?
Furlong. Florencia. Why do you have different last names? What are you trying to pull?
Florencia was my late wife's maiden name.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Rachel chose it for her stage name.
Freya. Okay, I think I better go work on my novel. I'm sure you guys have a lot to talk about. Oh, I'll come with you. So we're going to deal with them for a little bit. Hello to everyone who's joined us so far in the chat. Yeah, Arachnovolt, he does just seem to be an out-of-touch boomer. Good evening to everyone so far.
What was it that you wanted to talk to me about? It's about Rachel. At night when you drove her home, was she hanging out with shady people?
Well,
I think one of them was a bit shady.
Hey, I heard that.
What?
I'm not a criminal.
I'm just kidding. She was in this coffee shop talking with Freya and Laura here. She wasn't in any danger. Oh, are you sure? What about before that?
Whoa, calm down. Is everything alright?
It's just that I feel that she's been getting more and more distant. I don't know how to talk to her anymore. Or even what to talk about. I don't know what kids her age are into nowadays. Every time we talk, we end up fighting.
I have 3 daughters. We fight all the time. One thing that I learned, give them time and space. But be there when they need you. Or you can just bribe them. One time I had a fight with my oldest daughter. She didn't want to talk to me for a week. I know she loves pizza, so I went to Rocco's and bought her favourite pie. I left the pizza on the table, like a trap. Then, I just waited for her to take the bait. Just like a stakeout. Once she took a bite of that delicious pepperoni, I casually grabbed a slice and sat with her. That pizza really helped smooth things over. After that, she wouldn't stop talking.
What if she what if what she loves doing is the problem? Rachel loves singing and performing on stage. I'm proud of what she's achieved with her career. She's really young, but the entertainment industry isn't a kind place. Not the label, not the media, not the fans. I don't trust her new manager. Rachel's just a little girl. What if she gets harassed or forced to do drugs?
Did something happen?
Well, nothing's happened yet. I just feel it in my guts.
Is it possible that you're just being paranoid?
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
Psst. Laura, I need to go now. Thanks for the drink. Well, take care on your way. Oh, she made little watery, splushy footprints as she left.
Well, can't you just find another manager? Rachel's already 18, so legally she can sign contracts without parental approval. I've been trying to tell her to quit, but every time I brought it up, we just ended up fighting.
Well, as a parent, there's really not much we can do, other than guiding them and being there when they need us. Sooner or later, we'll have to trust them to make their own decisions. With everything we've taught them, hopefully they'll make the right choices.
What if she makes the wrong choices?
I can do a background check on that manager, if that'll ease your mind.
Oh, please do.
I'm having to really strain myself to get my grizzly gruff man voice out, my sort of old man voice. Okay, give me a name.
It's, Mortis. Last name Lester.
Mortis Lester, got it. Oh, isn't he the guy in today's paper? Anyway, I'll let you know if there's a hit. Ooh, his phone's buzzing already. Or is that you off, Georgie? Okay. Oh.
Wait.
You have my contact details. Call me if you ever need me help.
Wait.
I feel like I need to support this dad now. I need to try and go like, okay, here's what TikTok is. Here's what Vine was, and it's dead now. You know, kids don't use Facebook. They rarely use Twitter at this point. God, I'm suddenly realizing I'm 28, and I'm realizing that my grasp on what the kids are into is also dwindling. I'm like, I know TikTok. I know that they don't use Skype. They use a thing that's like Skype. It's not Skype. They don't use Twitter. My knowledge, oh God. Someone in the chat has pointed out that person's name might have been Mo Lester. Oh no. Was the agent's name Mo Lester? Please don't tell me that. Yeah, yeah, it's an interesting game in that there seems to be very little control you have over things, other than the serving of coffee. It's a pretty linear experience, and I know I was a little turned off by that at first. I know I picked it up expecting branching narrative stuff, and obviously we'll see how it goes. I've worked a lot of retail jobs, and I've worked in food service jobs, and I've worked jobs very much like this cafe job in the game, and there's something weirdly nostalgic about standing on the other side of a table, not really being able to influence anyone's story, but, you know, just being aware of people's lives going by from the other side of a table, and being the place that people celebrate and commiserate and talk through their concerns, and you're not really a part of it, you're just a bystander that ends up picking up these various stories. But there's something weirdly nostalgic about not having any real input besides, yeah, I'll make you a drink when you ask, and getting to just watch these nice stories play out from a safe distance. I don't have to worry that if the story goes bad, I don't have to worry too much. It's not on me. I'm just here having the coffee, which, I don't know. I know that's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, for example. Like, I'm probably going to write a written review of this tomorrow if I can get through it on this stream, because I think today we'll probably get through it. But yeah, it's not going to be for everyone. There is very little interaction, but it's just this beautiful little chill space to enjoy a story to some nice music with some beautiful art. And I mean, I'm here for that. Look in the chat. Yeah, you can definitely serve the wrong things, and as I understand it, like, if you have a look in the phone app, you sort of build up your friendship with people as you serve them the correct drinks, and there's a few people that, like, I'm definitely still trying to build stuff up with, and they're not going to open up with you as much if you don't get their drink order right. Like, with Hendry's drink here, there's no way we could have known first time which order to put his fancy drink in because he didn't tell us, but next time he comes back in, we have to remember the ginger goes in before the milk. And that's kind of what your job is behind a bar, is to remember the little details that keep people coming back and picking this to be where they, you know, live through their lives. And that's kind of, I don't know, there's something really heartwarming about it. Something that feels like home, if that makes any sense. Oh, don't worry, I'm sure everything will be fine.
I used to manage a girl band. I've seen bad things happen.
Actually, that's a point, yeah. Can I scroll back through conversation logs? Yeah. Oh god, you are right, chat. His name was Morris Lester. He's Mo Lester. Oh no. I wish I hadn't realised that. I'm suddenly... Oh. Everything feels a bit darker now. Oh no. Oh, it's ginger before honey, sorry. Okay. I will... If anyone in chat can find out how that drink is made in the correct order, my memory apparently conflicts with chat's, so if anyone can find out, like, how this drink is made and let me know, I will try and sear it to memory.
I've seen bad things happen.
That bad?
Yeah.
Oh, managed to get a hair on my tongue.
Yeah. I was against her joining that pop group at first. But my wife, Rachel's mom, she convinced me to give it a chance. Ever since she's been gone, I don't know how to talk to Rachel. With her wanting to do more of her own stuff, I don't know what to do.
What do you mean by her own stuff?
Modelling and a solo singing career. It's a whole different world than the band. I'm familiar with that side of the biz.
But things have changed, right?
Even if it has, I don't think it's for the better.
She survived being an idol. Even managed to graduate and start a solo career. She sounds like someone who can take care of herself. Don't you think so?
Oh, she's not ready. I don't want her to get hurt. There are a lot of bad people out there. People that want to take advantage of her.
You are her father. I understand you might be worried. However, you shouldn't hinder her from achieving her dreams.
I just want what's best for her.
Is it really what's best, though? I think she's born to soar.
But she's just a girl. My little girl.
Seriously? That's your argument?
I don't mean to sound that way.
It doesn't matter whether she's a boy or a girl. You'll drive her away if you keep acting like this. With your knowledge, you should be able to help her achieve her dreams. I was once a stubborn young girl too. Maybe I can give you a little advice on how to handle rebellious teens.
I'd love to hear it. Is it okay if I stay a little longer, Laura?
Take all the time you need. Ah. That was a lovely day in the coffee shop. Oh, how wonderful. Time to rest my voice from that. Oh yes, we can scroll back, can't we? We can. Well, if I haven't progressed too far to scroll back, I will scroll back in a minute. We've made it through. We've completed an entire week. I definitely feel like we're making slower progress through this game than anticipated, probably because we're taking our time to slowly read things out loud. Military personnel stationed along the East Coast to prevent immigrants flooding in from the Atlantic. Yeah, a bit on the nose, that, isn't it? Werewolf representatives push the ministry for more accessible sedative. Doctor from Savashtown arrested for experimented with child cloning. Ooh. Can I... Oh, I can't scroll back to the previous day. Yeah, I agree with Super Yeti in the chat. Coffee shops are lovely environments for stories and people watching. I think that's why I like this as a setting for experiencing this story. It's the kind of place where I want to read about people's short stories or experience them is in a coffee shop setting. Yes, no, that's my bad. I did not read back the instructions. I may have to ask chat for help on how that drink be made. You sure that would be okay? Yes! I mean, it would be really hard to pull off. It's something that'll make the story different. Different isn't always good. It's a neat concept. Yeah, this is her novel. She's... Her novel started very much as loosely based around the stories of people in the coffee shop. It's why she keeps coming back every night. But she keeps looking for some kind of twist to put on it. You need to handle it carefully. I'm curious what this twist is they're discussing. Carefully and gracefully. I'm wondering if this is like a minority character thing or something she wants to add. Oh, it's our werewolf friend, Gala. Yes, this is the person that we've been sort of experimenting with drinks with, trying to help him find a natural sedative for the werewolf rage time. Good evening, everyone. Hello, welcome, Mr. Gala.
Am I interrupting? It looked like you were having an intense discussion.
Oh, it's nothing. Laura's just giving me feedback. So the book I'm writing. Oh, that reminds me, we have a new short story to read from Freya. Let's read this one now. The Anxious Boy and His Love Stories on Public Transport. The day was hot, sunny and humid, just like most days in Jakarta. I was standing inside a crowded bus, neither well-functioning air conditioning nor proper ventilation, trying to keep myself productive in the uncomfortable environment by reading my recently bought copy of Maruki Harukami's The Elephant Vanishes, while listening to a random playlist on my old iPod. Despite the hellish conditions, you could say I was luckier than most, because I was standing near the rear door of the bus, leaning my back on the side of a seat. Safe enough not to fall out of the bus, breezy enough to breathe freely. As I mentioned, I was on a public bus in Jakarta, so naturally I needed to be wary with my surroundings. Mostly keeping my belongings secure from pickpockets and other human pests, I glanced around at the bus several times in between pages, and that was when I saw her. It's hard to describe her. She has no specific characteristic to differentiate herself from other women. She was like the perfect example of the girl you walk past unseeing on the sidewalk every day. A girl you might glance at for a second, then a few steps later it would be hard to even remember her hair colour, let alone what her eyes, her nose, her mouth looked like. She was standing near the front door of the bus, not leaning on anything or anyone, not touching the bacteria-infested hand grip on the ceiling of the bus, although, to be fair, it might have been hard for her to reach that grip anyway. But still, she stood there with the perfect balance of a tree rooted in healthy soil. She stood as if somebody had silently put the Venus de Milo on the bus, and she somehow fit perfectly without anyone noticing it happening. She was wearing a pair of earphones, wired, just like headphones were supposed to be, and a slight smile on her face. Sometimes she closed her eyes for a few moments, enjoying the music only she could hear. Her eyes rarely stayed in one place. They kept wandering around the bus. Not too fast, like someone anxious. Not too slow, like someone looking at something specific. Maybe she's the one, I thought. This isn't the first time a thought like this has crossed my mind. As a hopeless romantic, seeing any woman who piques my interest will immediately trigger a story in my imagination. A story of how I'll approach them, get to know them, with the proviso that they're just as I imagined them to be. Start dating, get married, have kids, grow old in our home, and so on and so on. Random cuties. That's what I'll call them. Unicorns among horses. The term doesn't apply to any cute girls I see, of course. It has to be someone special, or at least someone I imagine to be special. The thing is, automatically imagining those stories whenever I happen across a random cutie isn't healthy. It puts a toll on my mind and, of course, my heart. It creates a lot of unhealthy expectations before any opportunities even arise. Oh shit! She looked at me! We made eye contact for a brief flash of seconds. I immediately returned to my book. Did she notice me staring at her? Did she see what I was thinking? My mind won't stop spinning, overthinking while my pulse beats double time in my ears. I continue staring at my book. With what just happened, I obviously can't read it properly. My eyes were looking at the words, but nothing was being processed other than thoughts of her. I glanced back at her. She was staring at me. Eye contact more than once. It has to mean something. Should I approach her and introduce myself? Yes, I should, but what if things go wrong? What's the worst thing that could happen if we introduce ourselves? Well, first it's a crowded bus, and moving from the rear door to the front will definitely annoy some people. Second, what if after we approach her she becomes annoyed and, oh, come on, you're overthinking this as usual. Nothing bad will happen, even if she does get annoyed. Don't dismiss me, nothing bad will happen. Well, she might scream and say I'm a pervert, and then the whole bus will beat me to death. Oh, and the worst option? What if we introduce ourselves, and then it turns out she's not like we imagined her at all to be? All that time and energy will be wasted and exchanged for years of agony. Everything will be fine, don't worry so much. No matter what happens second, we still have to try something first. No, there's too much at risk. The debate is still raging inside my head, and that's when it happens. We make eye contact again, but this time it lasts longer than a few seconds, and then she smiled at me. Just a small curve on those perfectly average, beautiful lips. I quickly returned to my book. But remember the girl with the violin we saw on the train to Yakata a few years ago? Of course I remember. Exactly, she was just a random person that sat across from me on the train. We don't even remember what month it was, and yet we still remember the macaroon coat she was wearing, the violin case she put in the overhead compartment, her reddish hair in that pixie cut, her... Stop it. That was very different, and we might have saved ourselves a lot of embarrassment by not talking to her. The thoughts, the noise, the internal dialogue. It won't stop. I was sweating. But not because of the heat. A cold sweat. This had to stop. Stop! I screamed internally. Everything stopped, and just in time my old iPod randomly shuffled to Explosions in the Spaces. The only moment we were alone. I cranked up the volume, put my book in my bag, and just breathed. Yes, I might lose the chance to meet the one by doing this, but at least, as long as I don't know her, she's perfect. As far as I know, she might be listening to Explosions in the Space. As far as I know, she might be listening to Explosions in the Space. As far as I know, she might be a big fan of Harukami and Final Dreams 9. As far as I know, she might be a single. As far as I know, she might be the 100% perfect match for me that I believe can't exist in my knowledge of... if my knowledge of her goes any further than what I know right now. Besides, as the old saying goes, if it's meant to be, it will be. The bus stopped in front of Plaza Senyan, my destination. It was time for me to go. I decided not to look in her direction as I left, knowing that if I looked at her it would be the last time I ever saw her. That's too hard for a hopeless romantic like me. I left the bus and enjoyed the warm sun and breeze of fresh air, finally out of that metal Schrodinger's box. That's when it happened. I turned my head to the right and there she was, standing alone, enjoying the breeze. Now she was free of the roasting metal box we human named bus. She turned her head to the left, showing a glimmer of surprise at seeing me standing there. After that, she smiled. So, if it's meant to be, it will be? Oh, that was a really sweetly written story. That was lovely. Oh, I love that very much. Okay, so the chat, talking about, it keeps saying milk is the base. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's I'm pretty sure it's. Well, maybe we can add the secondary ingredients later, but maybe the chat was right that it has to. I don't know. We'll work out that drink when we come to it. That fancy drink. I'm very glad I made myself a nice cup of tea before we started tonight. It's for the book I'm writing. So Sounds like a heavy discussion. Yeah, so the folks asking about the, okay, milk then ginger then honey. Milk, ginger, honey, okay. Yeah, to the people asking about the werewolf, as I understand it, the rage is not like... I think that is just damage from skin bursting into whatnot. It could also be injuries from the werewolf works as a nurse, which I think was my initial assumption, was small injuries from working in a medical establishment, perhaps, but probably a bit of both. Most of the werewolves will, you know, they find their way to calm themselves down. Right. Yes. Bude RPG in the chat says Garther is extremely patient about waiting for a drink. I mean, you're right. What are you up to tonight?
I'm just planning to sit and relax. Please don't let my presence interrupt you.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Although I need to interrupt Laura for a moment.
Sure, how can I help you?
Can I have a cup of, You remember my remedy?
We'll give it a try again. Last order didn't quite hit the spot. Remember, it's tea and ginger. Okay, That's the question. What do we put in with the tea and the ginger? This is the one that I really want to make sure I get right. Are there any clues in the Tomodachi that could maybe help us? I'm trying to remember what I provided him last time. That's part of the question. I feel like our friendship isn't gonna progress at all until I can get this drink right. Perpetual Noob in the chat says, that's something I like about this game. There's no rush for anything. Yeah, I like that it's just taking its own pace. Chat is suggesting arsenic, gin, almond, maybe milk? I'm sure he said something about not wanting milk in it. Maybe I'm wrong. Ooh. Could it be mint? Here's the thing. My gut says it should have been something that was available the first time we tried. Yeah, Perpetual Noob, feel free to offer a hint. I'm definitely open to suggestions, because I want to get this guy's drink right, because it seems really important to him. It'd be really good to help him out. I don't think there's a way to check the older chat logs. No, you can only go back as far as the day you're in, unfortunately, which doesn't help. Otherwise, I could look for original clues, because he's given us very little here other than tea and ginger. So, here's the thing. If I was going to go tea and ginger, like, my gut says lemon goes well with tea and ginger. I'd like cinnamon with it, but I'm pretty sure I tried cinnamon the first time. That basically becomes like a bit of a winter tea. Oh, actually, I might have tried honey. It might have been... tea with honey and ginger might have been what I tried last time. We tried lemon. Yeah, we tried lemon last time. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, see, here's the thing. Mint seems like it would go well, but we didn't have mint available last time. And I feel like we had the ingredients last time to do it, and we just got it wrong, so I don't... Maybe I'm metagaming this a bit. I don't think it's the mint. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna try... Oh, Cosmic Cat, thank you very much for hosting. I'm gonna try some ingredients, because we can throw away up to 5 drinks in a night. I'm gonna take some advice from chat and brew some drinks and see what names they get, and see if any of them suggest to us this is the one. No, it's not gonna be the masala chai. I feel like it's gonna be something specifically. It's gonna have a name that points us the right direction. Maybe the honey? Probably not the honey. Maybe the honey. Ginger honey tea? No, I'm pretty sure we served... I don't think it's going to be the ginger honey tea. Maybe it is the mint. Maybe it is the mint. I'm honestly going to use my trash options on this werewolf, because we've been making no progress with them. Yeah, I've tried honey. Okay, let's try mint. I feel like it can't be mint because we only just got mint, but I'm gonna try brewing mint and see what we get. I don't want to serve him another bad drink. No, ginger mint tea. No, trash it. I've not got many attempts left. Maybe it is tea, ginger, and milk. Maybe. How many more attempts have I got at this? Yeah, he specifically asked for tea. Let's. Yeah, so he's specifically said. Let me move this. It has ginger and tea, and I'm pretty sure he said that the missing ingredient was the third thing. The last thing is definitely a different ingredient from either of those. Oh, okay, so maybe it isn't. Maybe it is the order that's part of this. Oh, thank you, Lozzie, for the subs. Super appreciate it. Yeah, feel free to offer suggestions in the chat. I'm really struggling on how to help this guy. And I don't want to, yeah, some folks in the chat are saying they're really stressed over this drink too. Yeah, chat is suggesting try adding ginger last. I see, I should realise this, because I'm pretty sure that guy who came in earlier, the dad of the pop star, I think his whole point of being introduced to the story was to teach us the order you put the ingredients in does matter, which I've been completely overlooking. I've just been putting 3 things in. I've not been thinking about order. Yeah. I can trash one more, so I'm going to try tea. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't have a description in here, unfortunately. Dark chocolate, no, we've got a lot of undiscovered drinks in here. This is all we've got right now in recipes. I'm gonna try tea, honey, ginger. We'll try the different order and see if that makes a difference. If it does make a difference, I'm gonna be frustrated, but at least I will understand what we've been doing wrong. No, honey, ginger tea. There are some recipes that use tea twice. It could be double tea. I've got one more shot on this cup of tea. What do we reckon? I need to look. Has he given us any other clues? Tea and ginger, the last thing is definitely a different ingredient. See, I read the last ingredient is definitely a different ingredient from either of those. Yeah, so it's not double tea, it's not double ginger. I read this as it's tea, then ginger, then something else at the end. Because the last ingredient is something else. That was... Yeah. Yeah, the thing that's throwing me is the chat is saying that it will give us a name that, you know, makes it clear this is for Gala. I'm going to really ponder this. This is... I want to get this right. So we definitely start with tea. It's definitely regular tea. He's made that very clear. Can I check what the drink's going to be before I... Information. No, that's just the information panel for the thing. Tea, cinnamon, ginger, maybe? Tea, milk, ginger is possible. I didn't think I would stress this much over a cup of tea, but I feel bad. I feel bad for this guy. Couldn't be. We did tea ginger milk. Could it be tea milk? If I can't get it right on this one, we're just gonna have to leave it for today, and we'll give it a go. If it was the order of the ingredients that was wrong, that's gonna. Oh, Galahad. Okay, it was the. Okay, we put tea ginger milk previously, and I can't remember what that brought up, but okay, we have to put the ginger in last. Okay. Huh. I mean, like, the game did teach us that. The game did teach us on the previous one that the order of your ingredients is important and will make different drinks. But, there we go. We used up all of our budget for throwing drinks out for the night, but we got it. Yeah, this is the Dark Souls of tea-making simulators, everyone. Judging from the smell, this looks like it.
Indeed. I have the same feeling.
I've made a note of that mixture. Oh, thank goodness we have it in the brew pad now. There we go. Ginger chai latte, good to calm yet warm your nerve. Oh, we got a friendship level up, hooray. Vet now working in a hospital. Yeah, he loves animals. He's a lovely one. Tea ginger milk is ginger milk tea. Okay, I see. Well, we did it. We got.
Perfect. Anyway, please don't mind me and continue with your discussion.
Oh, don't worry, Mr. Gala. We were done for the night. You're done. I have a lot of new homework thanks to you.
You're welcome.
Is Hyde coming?
No, I'm by myself tonight.
It's gonna be a peaceful night then. That's mean, Freya. Oh, come on, I was just kidding. He needs to learn how to communicate his thoughts nicely, though.
You might not look it, but he's a very kind person, you know.
He doesn't show it, that's for sure. That applies to you as well, Freya. Oh, come on. Oh, who have we got joining us tonight? Oh, Bailey's. Yes, the elf whose parents don't like that he's with a succubus. Yes. So here's the deal with Bailey's. Bailey's parents not keen on him dating a succubus. They will disown him. He will lose his immortality. Bailey's doesn't care. He's like, I love her. I'm gonna be with her. Problem is, for our succubus gal, she's very close with her family, and while Bailey's is like, yeah, I will drop my family in a minute because I'm not going to let them dictate who I can love, she's very much like, yeah, but family is everything, you know, I can't make you, you know, abandon your family for me. And he's like, I want to abandon my family for you. They suck and you're great. So that's a whole thing they're having going on. Heya.
How are you doing, Freya?
Oh, not good.
What's going on?
Laura just criticised my story. It's called feedback. It's cruel. Well, it's necessary. Sounds interesting. What's the problem with the story? The story's non-linear and quite complicated. Imagine a choose-your-own-adventure storybook, but for adults. Sounds pretty common so far. But instead of telling you which page to turn to, each decision you make will give you a score. What? That score will determine which page you should go to? That sounds more like a video game than a book. I know, it's not that original, but my target here is the mainstream audience.
Huh?
With the help of my publisher, this kind of book may go mainstream, just like that Choose Your Own Adventure show on Netstream. Yes. It was nothing new, but because of the marketing. Are you dunking on, what was it called? The Netflix Black Mirror, Choose Your Own Adventure thing. Yes, I've completely forgotten what that's called now. and the names involved, it reached the mainstream market. Bandersnatch, that's it. Thank you very much, Twitchster in the chat, and Slime King Mike and Qui-Gon Bowers. Thank you all. Sounds interesting and highly ambitious, Freya. I will say, I think that's a highly ambitious book for Freya to try and write with a month to write her entire draft while doing a day job. That's a lot. At least it's simpler than my other idea. Which is making the novel not in the form of a book, but in the form of story cards. What? I know, right? As if she has all the time in the world, and that's before she's even considered the sensitive issue of setting the story in a world where only humans exist. Oh yes, I remember this now. So, yeah, her whole deal is basically she wants to write her book set in a world where only humans exist, and those same basically she's doing the inverse of what this game is doing. This game is talking about our real world issues of discrimination and, through the lens of fantasy characters to go, hey, even in a fantasy world, these problems would still exist. That's what Freya wants to write. She wants to write that, but for the fantasy world where it's, hey, the whole world is just humans, but they still find things to hate each other about. And obviously the sensitivity issue there is, I'm honestly, how do I put this? I'm honestly really impressed that this game is approaching the topic that there is a sensitivity issue to be had there, because I feel like there's a sensitivity issue to be had with Coffee Talk. Anytime you tell a narrative about minority groups or disenfranchised groups and you extrapolate it to instead be about a different world, you kind of... If you're not careful, you can make it seem like those issues aren't real issues, they're just things that happen to fantasy characters, or it can come across as you passing up the opportunity to actually write about a thing in the real world and, have your cake and eat it too. I'm curious... The fact that Freya is writing a story about this and that the main character is going, hey, you might want to be sensitive with how you handle that, suggests to me that the creators of Coffee Talk are at the very least aware of the sensitivity issue around their own game's premise, and hopefully are planning to do something interesting with that in the narrative, where maybe this facade's all going to drop away, and maybe the end of this narrative will be human Freya in the human world decides not to write her story about discrimination as if it's about fantasy characters. Basically, maybe Freya, the human in the real world, decides not to write Coffee Talk in the end, because maybe it sucks to extrapolate real world issues onto fantasy characters when you could just talk about the real world issues, is maybe my thought. I don't know if it's going to be that highbrow, but yeah, the fact that they're talking about, hey, sensitivity issues around extrapolating real world problems into a different setting leads me to be interested to see where the narrative's going. Yeah. Huh. Perpetual Noob in the chat asks, how can people be racist if they're only humans? I do want to talk about, I talked about this on Friday's stream. If you check on itch.io, there should be a demo, it's only like 4 days in development, for a Game Jam game called Life is Fair, F-A-R-E, as in like train fares, which tries to be like another example of this. It is set in a world where we don't have, how do I put this? There's public transport is replaced cars and things, there's universal basic income, everyone sort of looks the same, you can't differentiate between people based on gender, race, disability, but as you're going through being a train conductor, you might start to notice people in blue shirts, a few trains in a row aren't paying for tickets, and you might start to develop biases, and I feel like that's what she's trying to do here. She's trying to do the whole, if we strip away the things we currently discriminate over, sentient life will still find things to discriminate over, because we are box-ticking creatures that like to find patterns, and our worst our worst aspects of ourselves latch onto that a little bit. We pattern find and make assumptions, and that often is the root of discrimination, which really sucks. Yeah, there's some people in the chat saying, it's a subject I wouldn't touch with a 50-foot barge pole. Yeah, I would be reticent to write a narrative about that. Bug Bob says this game really lacks diversity in terms of skin tones. Yeah, who have we made friends with? We've got Georgie. We've got Freya's definitely very white. We've got Gala, he's definitely got more of a tannedness to himself. There's a couple of non-white characters, but it's definitely not the. There's definitely a lot of white characters, which maybe we'll see. Maybe that is tied into this whole sensitivity narrative. Anyway, what did you say? No, there's no reason why it has to be that way. Just wait until I finished it, okay? Alright. As Laura said, though, I won't have time. Getting a normal pitch approved is already a steep climb. Let's not make the mountain any higher. Well, fair enough. What's the story all about, by the way? You'll have to wait for it. Don't want to spoil the fun. If you say so. Anyways, I haven't ordered anything. What do you want to drink tonight? Ginger latte, if you know how to make it. Ginger latte is going to be... latte is coffee. And it's going to be milk. And it's going to be ginger, right? That's going to be a ginger latte. I really hope I've got the order correct, because I don't have any more chuck-outs. Oh, that's a milk ginger coffee. I can do latte art on it and hope that turns it into a latte. Yeah, that's not going to be right, is it? It's good, but you need more ginger. Not that it's bad or anything, I guess it's just my personal taste. Okay, ginger should have been second. Okay, I assumed I had to make the latte and add ginger to it, but that's my bad. By the way, how are you doing, Baileys? Still with your busy with your last client? Oh, I'm done with her. Done? As in you're dropping the project? Hey, I'm not crazy. Oh, what was Bailey's project? What were they working on? Oh, they're a freelance designer, yes, and they were working for a really not good client at the newspaper. I still need the money. Done as in I finished the job. I spent the last few days making sure. It's even done before the deadline. Did she like it? Oh, she loved it. She had some complaints, of course, but I convinced her. By using some design terms she doesn't understand. So, you finished your job by bullshitting her. The finest bullshit, my lady. That's one survival skill every freelancer must have. God, you're fucking right, Bailey. Are you, working on anything right now? No. I'm taking a break from work. I need to work on a few personal matters. Oh! Like, you and Lua? Something like that. By the way, I'm curious, how did you guys meet? If you don't mind me asking. Well, I don't mind. It's just that I was young and stupid, you know. Oh, come on. Who hasn't been there? You're right. So, I was a bit of a player back in college. Ooh, spicy. I was going after my then best friend's girlfriend's friend. Wait, what? Okay, I'll say it slowly. I used to have a best friend. He was an incubus. Okay? Let's call him Cognac. Cognac has a girlfriend. Still following. And that girl has a friend. The friend is the one who I'm after. Oh, okay. Got it. She was one of the hottest girls there. But everyone knew she wasn't the type of girl you'd want to date. Why? It's... I don't want to get into details. But this succubus was super hot. And all the guys wanted to sleep with her. She was a player too. Huh? That doesn't sound like Lua at all. Because it wasn't Lua, genius. Huh? Lua was my friend's girl. Holy moly. This is getting spicier. The other girl's name was... let's just call her Rose. Continue. I think Lua thanks her relationship with Cognac. Oh, sorry. I knew Lua thanks to her relationship with Cognac. That's a fake name you made up, right? Yes. Now, will you let me to continue without interruptions? Oh gosh. The chat is having some interesting discussions. Okay. So I asked Lua a lot of things about Rose. She knew what I was after. It annoyed her so much. But I kept on bothering her. I mean, I was pretty active guy back then, so Lua came over to visit us at one point. I lived with Cognac back in college. I'd been out and I got back just as Lua arrived. Total coincidence. We went into our place together and witnessed something surprising. What? Cognac was sleeping with Rose. Holy mother of moly! I saw the look on Lua's face. The disbelief, anger, sadness. Without even thinking about it, I punched Cognac in the face. You what? I got into a fight with him. Oh, I haven't told you. Cognac was a Brazilian jiu-jitsu tutor for kids. He's pretty good. Oh my! Yeah, I landed that one punch and he beat me to a pulp. Easily. Lua begged me to stop fighting on her behalf. More like she begged Cognac. Hey, I wasn't kidding. I lost, but I don't give up so easily. I was beaten pretty bad. So, Lua took care of my injuries. We grew closer after that. I don't even remember the exact date, but suddenly that friendship turned into a relationship. That was one hell of a story. I know. Have you seen her by any chance? Yeah. Lua came by a few days ago. How is she doing? She hasn't returned any of my calls or texts. Yeah, they've not been getting on well with the whole parental disapproval issue. Oh, Baileys and Cognac. Okay, that is really cute, actually. Thank you, chat. Slime King. Yeah, I want this game to stay wholesome. I'm here for the wholesomeness. I don't want these plot lines to go sad. I want everyone to have happy endings. But I mean, for happy endings to occur, I'm gonna have to get people's fucking drink orders right. Well, she's healthy, that's for sure. She got into an argument, though. With whom? There was this male model. A model? I don't think she was that type of girl. To go out with a model. Oh, they weren't together. What were they arguing about? Well, they were talking about your relationship. Lua told us about the reason behind the fight, about your family stuff. And then this guy, Hyde, joined in the discussion. Ooh, what did he say? He didn't understand why Lua would insist on getting family approval. Yeah, so Hyde is a vampire, and, like, when Lua was in here being all, hey, I can't make Bailey's leave his family for me, I couldn't do it. Hyde was there straight talking her, just like, no, fuck what either of your set's parents think. If you two like each other, you be together. Yeah, considering, you know, what? You're willing to leave your own family. You would do that for her? Yes, I would. I'm sick and tired of my family. Why would you say that? Let me tell you about my family. Yeah, Perpetual Noob in the chat is right. Hyde was blunt, to say the least. Or I should say, most elven families. They all think they're so high and mighty. If you're born an elf, there are certain unwritten rules you must follow. Reputation and appearance are everything. We must never, ever make our family look bad. You can only befriend certain people. You must dress a certain way. You can only have certain jobs. Jobs that are deemed worthy and successful. Like being a doctor, a lawyer, a CEO. You know. Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to be an artist. I love drawing and creating art. However, becoming an artist is not something else would deem suitable. Unless you become the next Da Vinci. So, when I switched from a business major to an art major, my parents went crazy, screamed like they were on fire. They told me that I'd never be rich or successful. All that because you chose an art degree. You want to know the worst part? They blamed Lua. What do you mean? They blamed her for my decision to pursue my passion for art. Yelled about how her kind is ruining the country. Accusing their religion of worshipping the Dark Lord. Accusing her of putting a spell on me and cursing my family. Whoa! I mean, come on, this is the 21st century. That's not so cool. I don't want to sound judgmental, but your family is racist. Tell me about it. Lua is the only person that can make me feel alive. She showed me how I can be free and pursue my dreams. I don't understand why Lua is so obsessed with the idea of reconciliation with my family. I just don't get it. I have no problem with leaving my family, you know. I would happily leave them for the both of us.
What about her? What about her and her family? You may be happy to leave your family, however it may not be the same for her.
Carla, do you have something to say? Perhaps you could give us a different perspective.
Sorry, didn't mean to eavesdrop. I couldn't help overhearing your story. I assume that the person you're talking about is not an elf, correct?
Yeah, she's a succubus.
I see. I'm a werewolf. For werewolves, the wolf pack is the most important thing. We'll put family before any other. We often have our own problems within the pack, but we won't abandon our family for anything. Perhaps that's also true for her and her family. Besides, if you leave your family for her, wouldn't that make your parents believe that all those bad stereotypes about succubi are true?
I never thought of it that way before.
Whether you like it or not, your actions will have an impact on her as well. If you leave your family for her, that will put her in a difficult spot. She might feel responsible for your actions.
There's nothing to feel bad about. I'm leaving my messy family to create a better one with her.
It's easy for you to say that now. You don't know what the future holds. One day circumstances might change. One day one of you might regret your decisions. One day you might not use the I left my One day you might use the I left my family for you card. Oh god, yeah, that's... Never let your relationship get to the I did this for you card stage.
Yeah.
I've had relationships in the past where people have thrown out the I stuck with you during X tough time, therefore card. It's not fair to pull, you know, things you did because you loved someone and to throw them back as well you owe me. It's a real yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got interesting perspectives on this. Like, I think Hyde made a good argument. I get where Garla's coming from. Like, I think werewolf is a really good fantasy image for us to use to go like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that does instantly paint a picture of a situation where you might not be willing to leave your family. Yeah, it's an interesting perspective. I hadn't really thought about it. We love each other. I'll be with her whatever the circumstances might be.
You know, love is like a flame. It might burn fiercely at first. Over time it will die down if you don't maintain it. Maintaining it won't be easy. It will be hard work. Because life is full of storms. And marriage, it will not survive on love alone.
Whoa, that's deep. I mean, yeah, okay, Gala's right on that. Like, no matter how good a relationship, it doesn't just magically work. You have to be willing to put the time in to be introspective, to do the work, to improve, to, you know, talk through your problems. You've got to work at making relationships work. You know, like I'm in a lovely, wonderful relationship right now, but you know, no matter how good a relationship is, you have to sometimes, you know, you gotta be able to work through things together. You can't just coast through on the burning passion of love alone. You gotta put the work in. Sometimes. A bit of wisdom there. We'll have each other, and that's enough for us.
Tell me, do you have health insurance?
I think someone in the chat talked about health insurance a little while ago coming up. What? I'm an elf. Why would I need health insurance?
You'll need some.
Yeah, because if the elf leaves his family, if Bailey's leaves his family, he loses his immortality and invulnerability, and he will need health insurance. Yeah. What for?
Immortality is an elven privilege. But you'll lose it if your family disowns you. I've seen people go bankrupt because they fell ill or got seriously injured. Empty their entire life savings for an $8 pill because in this country they charge $20,000 for it.
I mean, Gala's dropping the truth bombs now.
If you decide to have children, they won't have the same privileges you do. There's a high probability that they'll get bullied for being a half-breed. There are consequences. It shouldn't be taken lightly. Think about it. Anyway, I've got to go. I apologise for my intrusion.
No, thank you for your insight. Yeah, Twitch Star in the chat says, as a European, I can identify with someone who has never had to think about health insurance. Yeah. I'm terribly sorry there. Yes, the game is set in, I believe, Seattle. It's definitely set in the US. It's basically modern 21st century Seattle, but with fantasy creatures.
Want to head out together?
Sure.
Thanks for the drink, Laura. And Freya.
Bye. Yeah. Some people recently have asked in various Twitch chats, like, hey, now that Jim and Conrad are in the same physical location, you know, would you consider moving out and working with them out there? And one thing that I keep thinking is, oh god, no, I could not fucking afford health insurance on I could not afford health insurance on my Patreon salary. That would not be happening. If I moved to America, I would be health insurance-less, probably. And as much as the NHS is being torn apart, God, I love that it still exists, and yeah. America and England aren't great right now, but at least, I will say at least England has the NHS for the time being, and as a freelancer with the income I have, if I break a bone, I can go to the hospital and not worry it's going to bankrupt me. Yeah. You made me lose 2 customers in a minute. Hey, that wasn't on me. They were leaving anyway. You're gonna write that in your book? It's a secret. If your book is based on this coffee shop, how can you present a story like theirs in a world with only humans around? I'm not sure. Perhaps a hot drink will give you some inspiration. Oh, am I making her another espresso, or are we done? Oh, I think we're done with that night. I'm curious how many days this game has in it. I guess we go to the end of September, maybe? Is that it? Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah, we are nearly at the end of the month, aren't we? Goodness. Yeah, I think the most crystallizing moment for what the American healthcare system is like for me, if any of you have not listened to Dice Funk before, which is the Dungeons and Dragons podcast I'm on every week, season 5 was set in basically a modern metropolitan city. It was basically superpowers take down capitalism was the whole theme of the season. But there was this whole moment where my character, who was a human, got shot by a cop. And my character had to pay for healthcare, and I had this moment of, yeah, but the cop shot me. I got shot by a cop when I was innocent. Surely I should not have to pay for my medical coverage. Surely the cops cover it or something. If an accident involving a mistaken identity with a cop, and the cop was at fault and I wasn't, surely I'd be fine. And that was the moment of, oh shit. You could be injured by something that is completely out of your control, where someone else is demonstrably the one who is in the wrong, and you still have medical bills to pay. And that's... yeah, that was a whole thing. Listen to Dice Funk. It's a podcast I have a great time recording. It's probably the most proud I am of any fiction project I've ever worked on. I have some tattoos from it. I fucking love being on that show. WHO, the World Health Organization, vows to stop major hospitals selling Fury sedative illegally. Coachella 2020, 10 reasons why you should go. Sports tournament in space might be only a few decades away. Oh, it's these two.
Yeah, he never really changed.
Oh no.
This sure was surprisingly nice, catching up with people from back then.
So this is Hyde. This is the vampire who got, you know, he was to Lua. He was very much like, hey, get your shit together, do your thing, you know. Don't stop him leaving his family if that's what he wants to do. Blah blah blah. Oh, before we dig into this, there's another story to read. A stray boy and a lonely cat. Midnight. The boy arrives at his home. The ticking sound of the cooling engine fills the dark, empty garage, followed by the scrape of the rusty metal door being forcefully closed. He leaves the garage, and there she is, waiting for him to come back home. She always waits in the same spot, around the same time. The boy always smiles when he sees her. Meow. The cat calls the boy, demanding the treatment she always receives from him, every night, in the same spot, around the same time. He laughs, quietly, as he walks up to join her. You've been waiting for me to come home, haven't you? Here, come here, says the boy to the cat while he pets her fur. The cat purrs loudly and refuses to stand still. She dances around him, stands up tall on 2 feet, rubs her head against his shins and shares her affection while enjoying their nightly routine. Until suddenly, the boy decides that their interaction is enough for today. He stands up, walks away from her and closes his door. The cat understands that their time for the day is up. They both return to their own lives. The boy did not give the cat something to eat, and the cat did not sleep next to him to help him relax, for she was not his and he was not hers. Oh, that's a really lovely story. I used to have a cat like that was not mine, but I used to see them every day when I walked to and from work, and it was the same time every day. I'd walk past at about 5:30 in the morning, and this cat would be there, and we'd have a nice, cuddle, and we'd be on our way. And yeah, there's something nice about. Oh, that's a lovely story. Nikolai Jakov, have a lovely evening. It's been lovely to have you here. No worries. Enjoy your evening, Arachna. It's been lovely to have you. We'll still be going for another hour and a half, I think. I want to try and persist through and get as far through this as we can tonight. Then we can stream something else on Wednesday, something a little more gameplay active. Oh, thank you for forcing me to do it.
Don't mention it. Hey, Laura. I'd like to order again. The usual.
Back to the experiment. Yep. I think the last one was the remedy, but there's no harm in checking some other combinations. You know what to do. You know what? I'm gonna make the remedy again. Tea, milk, ginger. Yeah, we'll brew you one of those. We know this one's one that you like. Yeah, have one of those. Now we have some throwaways if we need them for other customers. Just what I needed. What about you, Mr. Hyde? Would you like to order anything else? I'm good for now. I couldn't help overhearing you both. Oh, I couldn't help overhearing you both. It sounds like you two go way back. We do, I guess. He was my bodyguard. Oh? Didn't you meet here? Yeah, when this was a bar. What happened exactly? Oh, he was getting his ass kicked by a couple of dwarves. Oh, those two bastards. It wasn't a pretty sight, so I intervened. Aren't vampires supposed to be, you know, tough? Just because I'm a vampire doesn't mean I know kung fu. Besides, I had a couple of drinks. I could have taken both of them if I was sober. A couple? Really? You were trashed, Hyde. You told them I was your bodyguard. Wait, were you not his bodyguard? Not at the time. We didn't even know each other. But because of that whole fiasco, we both got kicked out. And then this wasted vampire stuck to me. Like, well, you know, to a blanket. Obviously, he was too drunk to drive, so I hailed a cab. Turns out he was also too drunk to tell the driver where he lived. And I was stuck with him until morning. Yeah. Thanks for not leaving me out on the street, Carla. Those dwarves could have killed me. Who were they? Oh, I'm not going to confirm or deny anything, but it's possible they may have had ties to the Mafia. And I might have lost some of their money on the stock market. A lot of their money. Ugh, yikes. They wanted me to launder their dirty money, so I decided to screw them over instead. Yeah, I hope what we're talking about before the fight started. I knew Hyde was innocent, and that's why I helped him. He might be an annoying arsehole, but he's not a thief. Oh, what a stroke of luck, the universe sending me a guardian angel in my time of need. So the next morning I offered him a job as my bodyguard for real. After all the trouble you caused me the night before. Hey, I took you to breakfast. Don't tell me that counted for nothing. I have to say, it wasn't my proudest moment. I was broke. Breakfast was on offer. I couldn't refuse. It was the late 60s, mind you. It wasn't easy finding a job, especially for people like me. Werewolves? War veterans. Ah, I see. So, how'd you end up going from working as a bodyguard to working in the hospital? Well, when he was working with me, I noticed, Hyde, I'd prefer it if we skip that part. I'm sorry, but I don't want to get into any details about it. It's alright. Forgive me for asking. Oh, if we'd got his drink right a day sooner, would he have opened up now? Is this it? We got the drink wrong and he's not going to open up. I don't mind telling you the quick and dirty version. Long story short, he helped me with something. Let's just say something from my past. Thanks to that help, I found a new purpose in life. Helping other people live. Of course, it's not easy for a veteran werewolf to become a nurse or doctor. That's why I chose hospital admin instead. God. Yeah, it feels like we missed out on a big story chunk there because I fucked up his drink order. Oops. Yeah, okay. Primas2150 in the chat says, I must admit, I love getting to an old bar that's mostly just a counter like this and chatting with those around me. Yeah, I kind of agree. I think it's why I'm enjoying this game so much. It's just a setting that we don't inhabit very often in life. Cake is a made-up drug asks, this game has an interesting art style. What's it about? It's about just making hot drinks in an overnight coffee shop for vampires and werewolves, and listening to their problems and trying to make the right kind of drink that's gonna, help them to feel better. And if you make the right drinks for them and you're a good barista, maybe they'll open up a bit, and you just, from the other side of the counter, explore people's lives and what's going on with them.
That's why I chose hospital admin instead. So you could say I owe this guy my life. Thanks for his stubborn persistent in helping me when I needed it.
Oh, thank you for sharing your story with me. Who's what friend levels? Oh, Gala has gone up to top level friend. He likes metal music. I'm trying to heal myself by helping other people heal. Okay, hide's not at full. Maybe it was the lack of hide. Maybe they'll come back and share it later. I didn't expect such a tale from you.
Oh, I know. Anyway, Laura, I'd like to order something now.
Oh, what would you like?
Can you make a tea-based drink that's warm and cool at the same time?
Okay, the cool bit's gonna be mint, isn't it? I need something to warm it. Ginger? Ginger would warm it. I feel like that this would do the trick. What have I made? Let's try serving a mint ginger tea. I feel like this might be the trick.
Exactly what I wanted. By the way, it feels like this place is missing something today.
Yeah, I haven't seen her today. Oh, this is our book writing friend hasn't come in. Is this her now, or...?
Speak of the devil.
Oh, here she is.
Hello, good people.
And one vampire.
It's good to see you two.
Freya. By the way, we were just talking about you. Oh, really? What about me?
Oh, I was just surprised that you weren't here.
Is that how you pick up girls young enough to be your granddaughter? That won't work on me.
Here, I have no interest in flirting with you. I've got high standards, you know.
You... Oh, you look so tired, Freya. Hard day at work. How could you tell? Call it werewolf senses. Right. I showed Laura my draft, and I actually got some good feedback. Well, that's good to hear. Oh, glad I could help. So I spent the whole day rewriting stuff, and I also did some stories for the paper. Overall, it was a good day. Well, that's good to hear. Please don't forget to take a break. It's easy to get carried away with work when you're on a roll. Well, will do, sir. And speaking of hospitals, how's your hospital adminning life going? That's not even a word, Freya. Actually, I'm not even sure what you do there. Let's see what else is in the chat. Okay, according to Perpetual Noob, getting the drinks right or wrong doesn't may not be having as big of an impact as I feared with that particular werewolf story. So that's okay. I won't panic myself on that I fucked up and missed out on what his deal was. It's pretty boring to talk about, but mostly I handle operational stuff happening in the hospital. Things like how much a specialist costs and how much it affects our income. Also deal with patients and their families. If they require intensive care, such as operations, I go through what we do and how much it would cost them. Kind of like a biz dev for people's lives then. You could say that. Damn, that sounds complicated and hard. Also, whenever I'm on webcam, I can see myself in the webcam preview, and I always notice that I do different mouth shapes for different voices. We've got, oh yes, hi, it's a sort of a smile to go higher. Yeah, it's sort of only opening one side of the mouth really to do the do Gala's voice.
Oh yes, it's a lot more sort of pulled down if I want to get this sort of highfalutin voice.
It always intrigues me that I've not even realised I'm doing it to make these voices.
Damn, that sounds complicated and hard.
That's why I'm suited for my job. Someone who gets very emotionally attached to patients would find this job pretty tough. Whereas heartless people like my friend here only see it from a business perspective.
Oh, good point. Why do people rarely talk about your kind of job?
I guess most people don't really notice we exist or think about the necessity of it.
Exactly, it's an interesting job, yet no one talks about it.
Maybe because most admins are just like me. We really talk about our work outside of the hospital.
Why?
Well, for me, I just don't find any reason to. It's the patients' personal lives anyway.
Such professionalism and loyalty. You should keep a hold of that mindset, especially in front of this lady here. You? Oh, he needs to be a bit less loyal, though.
Hyde, you've been doing this job for a while, right?
Oh, you've been doing this job for a while, right?
Almost 50 years now.
Whoa, I didn't know that. Wait, 50 years in the same position?
Uh-huh.
Holy, ask for a promotion, man.
They keep offering me new positions. Mostly managerial.
Take it.
Not interested.
Why?
It's not something I want. Besides, I've told you before, I'll fit perfectly in this position.
But the salary must be better if you take a promotion, right?
Oh, of course. What I get at this moment is more than enough for me right now. I still get raises when I'm doing this job.
I really can't figure you out. Well, that's Gala for you.
Anyway, my shift's starting soon. I was nice catching up with both of you. Are you gonna stay, Hyde?
Yes, I'm still enjoying the vibes here.
I'll see you in a few weeks, I guess.
Yep.
Safe trip. See you around, Laura. And you too, Freya.
See ya. Take care on your way. Yes, Yelneru in the chat is talking about acting out voices is a thing. Voice actors tend to do it quite intensely, I think, and people who record audiobooks. Movement and expression give energy to the performance, etc. I know I definitely do it with Queer and Pleasant Strangers, which is a podcast I do with my fiancée Jane, where we do silly skits and talk about things that aren't video games. I know that there are several. Oh yes, oh hello. I've got a sort of I sort of tilt the face down when I'm doing the sort of posh old lady voice. And, there's the sort of stoner conspiracy theorist that I have to act out having a fake joint to sort of. Yeah, I know what you mean, man. I fucking know what you mean, man. And then what's the other one? Yeah, what yo? No. How do I do the electronic actor software's voice? Yeah. Sort of. Oh, I can't get into it unless Jane does it first. I always follow Jane's fucking lead on that voice. Hi, there it is. Hi, it's lots of arm movements. I'm a business executive, and now I'm gonna tell you all about how our business lights have been informing and I couldn't think of fucking business words. Here's how the latest stock market projections have projected that we can hire even more unpaid interns. You know, there's definitely a performance to trying to. I'm not great with voices, but there's a performance to it. I quite like finding voices that I can do. Right. You know, it's kind of hard to believe someone like Gala could be your best friend. Yeah, we were just talking about that before you arrived. Oh, really? Man, I missed an interesting story. So, how did you guys meet? Oh, seriously, I have to retell the story? Yes. Come on, you're not going anywhere, right? Alright then. We met in this place back when it was a bar. I like that the game does skim over some of these, like, retellings. Oh, whoa! I never knew Gala used to be in the army. I mean, he's got the build to be on the front line. Still though, why did he make the jump from, how should I say this, a very physical job to medic? Well, he's not comfortable talking about it right now. But you know why, right?
Are you trying to squeeze the story from me? Well, obviously. He doesn't want to talk about it. That's him, not you. Seriously, Freya? Come on. Fuck off, Freya. Don't pressure for a story someone doesn't want to share. I won't go into the details, but going to war, it messes with your head. Oh. You see why Gala doesn't want to talk about it, huh? I don't get it, but it must be difficult. Especially back then. The only thing he was confident in was his strength, so he only did work that relied on his muscle. That wouldn't help him get over his trauma though, right? Oh, of course not. It was the only thing he could do. Or at least it's the only thing he thought he could do. But you hired him for his muscle. Hey, I didn't know all about that at the time. Besides, he's good at being a bodyguard. And we weren't that close yet. So no personal feelings. I needed his strength, but then I got to be interested in him. Interested? I think he's a cool person. That's all. After a few months, I noticed his problem. I suggested he talk about it with someone, seek some help, which he refused.
Yeah, I feel like Hyde is sharing more than he really should. Yeah, Gala really didn't want this story shared, but we're here now, so... Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You were a fucking genius. Sorry, yeah, someone in the chat was wanted you were a fucking genius in the Electronic Actor Softworks voice. Yes, which he refused. Well, no surprises there. But I kind of pushed him to do it. How? It's complicated. Eventually he did get professional help. Of course, I've no idea what happened in his therapy sessions, but in the end he found a new purpose in his life. He quit working for me, and not so long after that he started working at the hospital. And he's been working...
Ooh, who's come in? CT Sands, thank you so much for the sub, I super appreciate it. Yeah. Oh, this is the hive mind. This is a hive mind living in a astronaut suit. And if you didn't catch Friday's stream, this astronaut hive mind's whole deal is repopulating. He got a fuck on Earth. He is the pronouns that our bartender has been using, but the hive mind has made it clear it doesn't really matter what pronouns he uses. Seems to be the case. Yeah, this hive mind is on Earth to fuck and tried using Tinder and kept getting stood up for Tinder dates. And this hive mind just wants to fuck. You know, just gotta fuck. Oh god. Twitchster in the chat. Since the moon landing was fake, an astronaut can be considered a fantasy race. Gosh. Apologies, I'm still shaking off this horrible throat I've had for several weeks now. It's horrid. Good evening, everyone. Oh boy. Good evening. It is nice to meet you again. We are also glad to see you, barista. By the way, I didn't catch your name the last time you visited. Do you have a name? Name? Sure we have. On Earth, please call us Neil. Oh, Neil Armstrong, obviously. Okay. Neil. Yes. Neil. Is that your real name? Of course not. Due to the nature of our communication, we do not really need trivial things like names to interact. But from what we have learned here, it seems like the name Neil has a lot of associations with Earthling efforts in intergalactic exploration. Okay, yes, you are named after Neil Armstrong then. I see. Oh, do we finally have a name in here for you? What's our friendship level? We gave you a nice oh, Hyde's up to full. Stock trader, entrepreneur, venture capitalist. Been blood sober for 10 years. Heck, well done. Well done, vampire. Okay, oh, Neil's still on 0. Okay, cool. We clearly didn't make an impression the first time we interacted. Oh, I get what you mean.
I believe we did not meet the last time we were here. I saw you from afar when you left the coffee shop a few days ago. So, hello, my name's Freya. You could say I'm a regular here. And you, sir? Hide. You come here often? For someone who doesn't live in Seattle, yes? Ooh, you are not from around here. Neither are we. Where do you come from? Far away. By far away, you mean a few thousand miles or more? More. Much more. More to the point that your strange calculation system means nothing. Well, that sounds far away indeed. What are you doing here in Seattle? And do all your kind dress like this? Oh, this? We chose this appearance based on an image we saw when we first arrived. An image? Oh, the Andrew Jeremy album cover. No wonder you look familiar. As for what we are doing, this place is really the perfect spot to practice our communication skills with Earthlings. But before that, please let us order something from the barista. Yes. Neil's communication skills with humans and Earthlings are not great, and that may have been why the Tinder dates were not going terribly well. What do you want to drink tonight? The usual, that is how you say it. Yes, we won't be able to taste the difference anyway. Apparently they can't taste the difference. What if I brew a drink that can make you feel something? Interesting premise, but we doubt you will be able to do that. This is a challenge. Oh, a drink that'll make them feel something. Okay, my gut here says make the worst drink possible. I feel like that is the best route to making them feel something. So I'm gonna go for like chocolate as the base. And then ginger. Although I say chocolate, ginger, and mint might not be bad actually. No, lemon wouldn't go well in chocolate. Let's try chocolate. Chocolate, ginger, and lemon even might not be that bad. Maybe something super... Yeah, maybe I max something out. I'm gonna go like max bitterness to see if it interacts with them. Twitch just says add an egg in it at the end. Perpetual Noob says I've failed so far to make a drink that makes him feel something. I'm curious if it's possible. I've maxed out one of the things, so I'm going to give it a try. Yeah, something with a space pun in it would be great. I feel like if I see a space pun name, I would know it. Hewland says, I was thinking max warm or cool if they don't taste. Is it possible to max out all the things? That is a question. You know what, let's... Which things give us the biggest overall point values? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, regular tea seems to be the best base to go with. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I don't think it's possible to max out all the flavours on one drink. I don't think. You know what, I'm going to go with my previous plan. I'm going to go chocolate, ginger and lemon. I'm going to go back to that. Oh, apparently there is a drink called the Milky Way, according to Qui-Gon Bowers. The question is... Okay. Okay, it's gotta be milk related for a Milky Way. Milk's gotta be the base, and I feel like it's gotta be a 3-ingredient thing. Right. Let's go. Let's give that a go. There we go, Milky Way. Heck. Oh, heck. So we have that in our brew pad now. What's the description for that? Thank you, chat, for pointing me at the fact that there was a drink and it had a name, like what its name was. Because, yeah, sweetness was pure luck, but cold and milky, milky, cold. That was as far as I was on the Milky Way being the name. Oh, we've maxed out Neil in one go. Please write your profile. Oh, okay, he just has a fucking empty profile. Okay. Thank you, Qui-Gon Bowers, for pointing us at that name. Thank you. I was never gonna get there by myself. Thank you. What the? Oh, interesting. Before you ask, yes, that's how they drink. This. Oh, you're turning a little disco ball there, friend. What is this? We have never been able to taste anything in our life, but this is a breakthrough. We have to report immediately. Oh, I'm so happy I got to be here for this wholesome moment. Done. Thank you so much for all our kind. You're one interesting person. Thank you. That was a compliment, yes. Normally, yes. But you can't be so short with Freya. That was definitely the highest form of compliment. What are you, Neil? Us? We are travellers, doing our job in the space you call Milky Way. What kind of job? We are tasked with the mission to spread our seeds. Oh, you really are here to find a date? All the way from the galaxy far, far away. Wow. Turns out pervs exist everywhere in the universe. Feeling attacked, old man?
Oh, not really. You have a valid point.
We do not understand. We are glad if we can make you laugh. Oh, the pleasure was mine. If I may ask, why do you have to breed with us? We are sorry, but that is classified information. Oh, man. But we believe it is all right to share it with you tonight. Thanks to this eye-opening drink from the barista. Oh, hooray! We're gonna get the story because we did a good drink. So why? Everyone, including us and you and everyone else, is tasked to keep the balance of the universe. But sometimes it is hard for some civilizations to maintain balance by themselves. Because unknown threats that are beyond each civilization's power can appear. And that is where we come in. I still don't see the relation between that and impregnating us.
Oh, you're quite dense, aren't you?
Hey!
You came here to give seeds. So a half-breed of your kind could be born on Earth.
That is correct.
The half-breeds will be half Earthling and half whatever you are.
Yes.
Assuming you have some powers that we can't comprehend, you're trying to make sure Earth will have its own protector.
That is 100% correct. Oh, holy shit, you're trying to create fucking superheroes on Earth. You're trying to give us... Yeah, the Freya got it. You're trying to give us a superhero. That is what your people will call the Protector. Oh, he's trying to fuck Superman into existence. But why go through all the hassle? It sounds like a lot of work. Why not just explain this to someone? I'm sure a lot of women wouldn't mind giving birth to a superhero. Sadly, it is not that simple. The future Protector has to be someone that loves this planet more than anything. They have to be born out of love, which we have learned is a very complicated feeling on Earth. We have it easier back home due to the nature of our communication. We understand everyone deeply by default, so everyone on our planet loves each other from the moment they're born. Well, that's really beautiful. I would love a story set in that world. That sounds beautiful. And creepy. Oh, goodness. Yeah, so apparently, yeah, we're not making the Milky Way. Perpetual Noob definitely didn't get this conversation. See, yeah, I'm assuming if we'd made better drinks for the werewolf, we probably would have got different dialogue options. It sounds like your planet is a giant spherical orgy. That was a badly chosen word, but it is roughly similar to the truth. Oh god, orgy hive mind planet. Oh my. If what they say is true, shouldn't we help them to get laid with love? Guidance is all we need, otherwise we might be responsible for the birth of a super evil person instead. Oh my god, Neil, you are my favourite character in this game. Oh, you have to be careful not to fuck a superhero into a supervillain into existence. Well, how's the mission going so far? We cannot say it is going well. I'm not surprised, with how quirky and unique you are. Not many women can handle that. See, I'm just going to put it out there right now. It's probably not going to help you to procreate, Neil, but I would fuck you. I would fuck this sentient hive mind. You know, the road ain't going nowhere, but if you fancy practicing, I'll fuck you. Oh, could you handle them though? Me? I don't know. What do you think? Well, you're a pretty adventurous girl. I wouldn't be surprised if you decided to go on a date. Or maybe go further if you've got a good story. Oh, you're not offended by that? Not in the slightest. Oh, when Finnis Cypher says the road might go somewhere, we don't know how their anatomy works. My road ain't going nowhere. Yes, Mad Femby in the chat. Seeing how Neil drinks, I wonder what the mechanics of bringing a superhero into this existence would be. Yeah, I do have questions about how you fuck. You're wrong though. I do want a date with them, but I don't like to sleep around. Oh, really? Be honest, I didn't expect that. Yeah, I get that a lot. People often mistake me for someone who gets around a lot. Excuse me, miss. From what we gather, does it mean you are willing to breed with us in exchange for our stories? Oh wow, no wonder your mission isn't going well. I don't mind going out for a drink or dinner in exchange for stories, while I'll only sleep with someone I'm serious about. But our mission is serious. It's not that. You either have to be my boyfriend or husband if you want to sleep with me. We have heard of those terms before. Let us check them once again. This is very strange. According to what we found, many Earthlings mate with one person exclusively for their entire lives. Yeah, that's called commitment. I mean, that doesn't have to be what commitment looks like. I'm in a polyamorous relationship at the moment where, you know, I'm committed to people. I don't just fuck one person, you know? You know, commitment can look like a lot of things, but I recognise this is simplification here. Such a strange concept. Then why, with such rules, do you still face overpopulation problems? Now that you mention it, we don't have enough control of ourselves. And those in charge also don't have enough control of us. Not to mention some races live for a very, very long time. So, even though there are rules about having kids, and they can be strictly enforced, a lot of people still break them. Oh, okay, this is China's one-child policy we're talking about now, okay. We know Earthlings boast about the concept of free will. But what of your kind, what we thought your kind also loved the concept of restraint and taking care of the planet. At least that was what we gathered from your information network. Well, theoretically that should be the case. Oh, but Earthlings are stupid. That's the easiest way to put it. We learned so much today. But we have another question for Miss Freya. Ask away. How can we become your husband? First of all, I would suggest going step by step. Most of the time you start by dating, boyfriends or girlfriends, you know, before you talk about marriage. Oh, okay. So, How can we become your boyfriend? Well, you could start by asking her whether she's actually single. Understood. So, Miss Freya, are you single? Yes, I am single. Do you want to be our girlfriend? Now, the path to starting to date varies between people, but usually it takes some time before you want to fully commit yourself to someone. Well, the breeding process on Earth is surely extremely complicated. Oh, it can be easier if you're a smooth talker. Smooth talker? Oh, someone good at communicating with others. That would be really challenging for us. Even after all that, making kids is still in a totally different league. Most women prefer it if their male partners wear condoms. Condoms. It's something you wear to prevent pregnancy. Why would you do the mating ritual if you do not wish to have offspring? Pleasure? All this information is too much to process in one evening. So, we talked about using condoms, but how do your kind have sex? Oh, I'm glad we're getting to this point. I'm glad we're getting here. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Seeing how you drink, a condom might be something you can't use at all. Yeah, that's true. How do you do it? We are pretty flexible with that. But we cannot tell you the details unless you agree to do the mating ritual. I don't want to imagine how it's done. Oh, you do not need to worry. We will not hurt anyone physically or mentally. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Especially the mental part. We did our research and we tried it on the testing object we made. It was proven. The mental capacity of Earthlings is far more complicated than anything else on Earth, sir. Oh, we did not know that. Being born on Earth sounds very difficult. Oh, it is. Oh, I have to agree with that. Anyway, thank you so much for the information you have given us tonight. It means a lot for our mission. We have to report our findings to the base. How will you proceed with your mission with this newfound information? We are not sure yet. It is yet to be discussed after all. It was really nice talking with all of you. Oh, you're welcome. We are off now. Bye. Take care. Oh, heck, that was a lot. That was really something. Oh, indeed. You said the first time they came here was for a date, right? Yeah, but their date never came. And then they mistook Miss Myrtle for their date. The game developer orc? Wow, I dread to think how that went. It was pretty awkward. But you can't be angry at such naivety. I guess so. By the way, has that young woman been back since I spoke with her last time? Oh, you mean Miss Lua? Yes, her. Showing some concern now, are you? I'm just curious. No, I haven't seen her since then. But her boyfriend did come back a few days ago. And Frey was being pretty nosy to the point that Mr. Gala joined the discussion. My. You really have a knack for starting trouble. Sadly, I have to agree with that. It's not easy to make Gala join a random conversation, unless it really piques his interest, or it annoys him. I don't know how to react to that. Well, I need to catch a flight to Seoul tomorrow, so I'm off for the day. Oh, you're leaving Seattle so soon? It's only for a week or so. I'll be back here sooner than you know. Oh, well, it'll be a peaceful week then. Anyway, I need to get going as well. Thank you for letting me stay without ordering anything. I didn't even notice that. You really don't care about business. She didn't order anything, but she did attract people to the coffee shop. That's one way of putting it. Anyway, Freya, do you want to share a cab? Oh, thanks, but I'm riding my bike. Alright then, see you around. I think we're done for that day. I think we've got time maybe to do one more day. Let's see what else is in the chat. Twitch just says, I hope Neil will return in a few days casually holding a baby. Qui-Gon Bowers said they built a dildo and tested it on a fleshlight, didn't they? I mean, I feel like that's probably their understanding. Goodness. We'll see if we can make one more day. This is what, the final day of September, isn't it? September 30th? 30 days of September, yeah. Okay. I still have to do that rhyme every time I want to know how many days there are in a given month. 30 days have September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31 except for February. Alright. I'd love to know, chat. Does anyone know what date this game goes up to? Like, if anyone can find out, like, how deep into this game am I? Is there enough left of this game to justify another stream on Wednesday to finish it off? Or, yeah. Which day did the game start? I did not pay enough attention, if I'm honest. Right. Protests arise over government treatment of Atlantic immigrants. Oh, that's a horrible image on that newspaper. Dwarven-made cars face challenge against unexpected competitor. A Mother Earth organisation fights to save more forests. Right. Yeah, I would just keep pushing through tonight until I finish it, but I have Pixel Squirt to record after this. Welcome. Oh, it's a fucking secret agent. Okay. Hello. I'm from the Federal Immigration Regulation and Enforcement Division, or FIRE for short. How may I help you? We've heard reports of alien sightings at this area. We take the issue of illegal interstellar immigration seriously. Have you seen any creatures which would be considered to be alien in nature? Please let me deny that I've seen this alien. I don't want to dob in Neil. I don't think so. Oh, my webcam screen just went. Sorry about this. Why did my camera just go? Goodness. Oh, there we go. Hello. I don't know what on earth happened there. Yeah, this is fucking fantasy ice. Yeah, this is going a bit papers, please. See, I don't mind the cop we had in before. He, at the very least, was, like, helpful to people in need, and he seemed like maybe not the worst cop. This is proper, like, fucking cop with a capital C, I do not trust you. A cab all the fucking way, fake ICE agent. Yeah. Oh god, Twitch in the chat has pointed out that's one of the Men in Black neuralizers in his fucking pocket, isn't it? But, what should I be looking for? What's the alien look like? We're not 100% sure, but according to some eyewitnesses, it's wearing a spacesuit or something similar. That's a pretty eye-catching outfit. You'd think an illegal alien would try to blend in better, right? To avoid attention, you know? Oh, that's my phone on the floor. There we go. That is a very good point. In fact, there might be a solid possibility that we've been running around after false testimonies. Yes, the space-suited person is definitely not an alien. I definitely didn't try to call them a space alien there. They are superior creatures after all. Thank you for the help. If you see any suspicious activities, please contact us through our website. Yeah, you don't want to drink anything before you leave? I'm glad you said no. I don't want you to sit and drink in my establishment. Ice are not welcome. Fire, which is ice are not welcome in my cafe. I'm putting this out there now. No ice. No ice. Just no ice. Ice are not allowed here. You really need to be more careful, Neil. Oh, it's these two. Please tell me they're having a date. Okay, do I have them maxed out to full relationship status on both of them? That's the question. Lua, I have at 3. Aqua's at 1. Fuck. Oh, I hope this isn't going to prevent me from seeing cute date occur. I'm on the 30th of September, is where I'm at.
Hugh LN asks about if Pixel Squirt has an RSS feed. It currently posts on the Geek Remix podcast feed, so if you find Geek Remix on SoundCloud, you should be able to find the RSS feed from there. Apparently there are 14 days to play. Arachnobot says, hold up, he said we. He referred to himself as we. I assumed he meant we as in the community that is ICE, was my reading. Game, I'm guessing, jumps around because it goes to October. Well, I'm nearly at October. Is there any way to see, like, what... Actually, there are 14 days. Did you say there are 14 days? I can probably tell from the number of short stories. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, we've still got like 5 days to go. Okay, if people are still digging this, I kind of want to finish this on Wednesday. Do a chill Wednesday night stream to finish this, because I can probably get through one more day tonight, but I gotta rest and do Pixel Square after this. Right, let's read the next short story. Loving in Silence. It was a Saturday night. As usual, I picked her up from her apartment for another Saturday night date. I used the word another, but to be honest, this was the first actual Saturday night date we'd ever done, since I don't even know when. It wasn't every week. It wasn't every week a cool event related to our hobby happened, so we, or I suppose I should say, weren't going to miss this chance for a cozy evening in her apartment. We'd only been dating for 4 months, and I kid you not, we couldn't have been more different. I'm the type of person who feels restless if I don't go out on the weekend, while she'd prefer to lock her apartment from the inside, flush the key down the toilet, and never leave again. That's why me going out to her apartment on the weekend was the fairest option for us both. I mean, we could just order food online and chill without having to worry about the traffic, ain't that cool? That's what she said whenever I asked if she wanted to eat out somewhere. That happened a lot in our first month together. After that, I just tried to get used to it. We drove to the event. It wasn't that far, but traffic's always ridiculous on the weekend. Throughout the drive, we barely spoke. Total silence except for the music playing from my playlist. If she knew the song, we would sing along to the song. If not, then total silence it was. When we arrived at the event, she changed. She became the most outgoing, friendly, and talkative person around. Even I was nothing compared to her, and I usually consider myself a very talkative person. We said hi to everyone we knew, and some we didn't, and then we tried all the games being showcased there. We sat next to each other trying one game after another, commenting on the story, art, music, gameplay, atmosphere, any other aspects you might use to judge a game, but when we played, we just played. No talking during the playthrough. Total silence as if she was recharging spent energy from all of the interaction she'd done before. Back in her apartment, we didn't talk much. She made 2 cups of tea, latte for us both, and then we watched Netflix together with only a few words traded. Don't you feel bored dating me? She asked. Really, this again? I know, I'm sorry I bring this up again, but you were so silent today, I thought you were mad at me. Honey, I'm not mad at you, why would I be? I don't know, it's just that I'm super introverted, you're super extroverted, and there are times where I feel like I'm holding myself back from you back from your true self. You're just overthinking things, honey. Tonight was amazing, and I can't thank you enough for being willing to join me and sacrifice your stay-at-home relaxation time. We both know how much you love staying in and how rarely you get the chance to do it. Why do you like me? You've asked this question a dozen times in the last 4 months, you know. I nudged her and smiled. I just wanted to make sure, she said, and started crying. Hey, look, don't be sad. It's okay, and to answer your question, I don't know why I like you. That answer again. Because it's true. All I know is I feel comfortable around you. I just feel happy, calm, and I don't know. Do I need to know? That sounds dangerous. Liking someone without knowing the reason. Oh, believe me, I was confused for the longest time before I realised it's actually the best feeling I've ever had. How about you? Why do you like me? Who said I liked you? I was speechless for a moment. She grinned at me and giggled through the remains of her tears. You should have seen your face. God, don't mess me around like that. You almost gave me a heart attack.
Good. Means you weren't lying about your feelings, she smiled. You haven't answered my question. It's a secret. That's not fair, I told you mine. I hate to break it to you, but don't know is not a proper answer, my dear. But it's an honest one. I know. We stayed silent again. So, that was my introvert girlfriend and me. My answer to her was obviously a lie. Not knowing why you like someone is super scary, but I never imagined being able to feel like that for someone other than her. At least, that's how I wish things could be, I thought as I drove back home, alone in my car, in total silence. Oh, that's a real downer of a story. Okay. Let's keep going for a little bit. Good evening, Laura. Yo. Oh, hello, Miss Aqua, Miss Myrtle. Have you both been somewhere tonight? We planned to meet here. It's just a coincidence that we arrived at the same time. Would you like to order anything? Do you want to order first? Nah, you go first. Oh, okay. Can I have a cup of green tea with lots of mint? Oh, that's good. I can do that. You told me exactly what you want, which means I can maybe raise our affinity. Marrakesh. The drink's ready. Ooh, this looks really fresh. I call this Marrakesh, inspired by its origin. Marrakesh in Morocco? I heard the people there really love tea. Let's give it a try. Ah, that seems like it's gone over well. Fresh and healthy drink from Morocco. Oh, you've gone up to 3-star already. Oh goodness, you just needed a good cup of tea. Full Metal Conflict video games, Grandma. Moved to Seattle to achieve my dream of advancing technology as far as we can, trying to find the place and the person where I belong while doing something I love. Pretend Coding asked, whatever happened to tonal whiplash? I'll be real honest about it. I want to get back to doing it. I got real hung up on one guest. I don't want to give too many specifics here, but I managed to secure, or I had a guest who was like, yeah, I will totally come on, and they were like my dream guest. They would like. I got really hung up on I don't want to do any more tonal whiplash until I can. I'm very like I like to sort one thing, then the next, then the next. I don't like to sort multiple guests in advance for something like that. And this was the person who was going to be the next person. Again, being kind of subtle. There were multiple times where we were set up to record and they just completely forgot or had other commitments, and I got lots of apologies, but the fight I had trying to get that perfect episode that seemed like it was going to happen, just it kind of put tonal whiplash on the back burner. And honestly, like it's been long enough that I think I've got the distance from it I need to go. Yeah, that's probably I might just send one more Twitter DM, but it's probably not going to happen. And if it doesn't happen, that's fine. Let's move on and interview someone else. I got real hung up on one of those people that you never expect to say yes to something like that said yes, and it was just months of chasing and it just not panning out, which was real. Yeah, it was real unfortunate. Yeah, I want to get tonal whiplash back, and I will probably put out a tweet actually in the next couple of days asking if there are particular people that anyone wants to see interviewed on there. It was just a case of I had a dream interview set up and it fell through, and it just kind of it didn't even fall through. Like, they kept saying, I'm really sorry, I will get round to it, I will get back to you, and they kept me on the hook long enough that I just kind of it put that show low on my priority list for a bit. You know, I hope that makes sense. Oh my, it's warm but very refreshing. No wonder Morocco is often associated with tea. How about you, Miss Myrtle? Do you want to order right away?
sure.
I'll have the Tetarek. Do I know how to make Tetarek? Do I know what that is? Oh, what is a Tetarek? Do I know this? Did I learn this previously? Oh. Twitchster asks, what was Tonal Whiplash? I'm quite new to the whole Laura K. Buzz thing. It is an interview series I did. It was never hugely predictable in its upload schedule, but I would alternate asking serious and silly questions back and forth with whoever we were interviewing. So, you know, one question might be, what's your workflow like and how do you get into the headspace for work? And then the next question might be, can you do anything weird with your body that other people can't do? You know, we alternated back and forth between, like, the Tonal Whiplash. We would go back and forth between, like, here's an introspective question about your work, here's something silly and nonsense to break up the mood so it doesn't get too grim. It was, yeah. Razumi says, I was curious, whatever happened to Polyamory? It felt like it ended abruptly. Yeah, Polyamory... Season 1 of Polyamory ended because a breakup happened and it made recording the show difficult. But, I don't know how much this has been talked about. Polyamory Season 2 is being recorded. We're like 10 episodes deep. We're waiting until we have a good backlog before we start uploading it, but there is a Season 2 of Polyamory with Jane, myself, and some other new people, and there will be more Polyamory, like, very soon. We recorded an episode last night, in fact. Yeah. Okay. Right, okay, how do I make this thing? Apparently it's tea and condensed milk. I'm gonna go tea, milk, milk, and see if that is the thing. Tea, double milk. No, trash it. It's made by pouring the tea mixture back and forth between the two cups. No, I can't do milk, tea, milk. Tea. Tea, milk, tea? Maybe? Tea, milk, tea. Try that. Or tea, milk, maybe? No, that's just milk tea. Trash it. What was it they wanted? Let me pull the thing up. Tetarek. Goodness. Yeah, we'll try TT milk, just in case. That's just gonna be Milky Brew again, isn't it? Oh, there it is! Tetarek. Okay, it was just the order of them. Okay. Here's your Tetarek. Tell me, has that increased our friendship affinity? Tea with milk mixed by pouring the two repeatedly between cups, originally from Malaysia. Yeah, what does that put us up to? Oh, yeah, Myrtle's up to 3-star. Work is their life. Okay, I get it. Twitchster asks, are these real drinks? Several of them seem to be real drinks. Some of them, the names are not the real names of drinks, but I'm sure you could probably make a drink out of the ingredients that are there, and it would probably be a good drink. To Prima Rose saying they'd love a boozier version of this, Valhalla, but with ones instead of the L's, is basically this but for bartending. Huh. Is there anything wrong? No, it's better than I thought it would be, actually. My taste is real authentic. Just like the Tetarek you get in Southeast Asia. Oh, thank you for the compliment. Where did you learn to make it? Oh, I travelled around Southeast Asia a few years ago. So you learned a lot about it in Malaysia? Yes, and from videos on the internet. So, how are things going in the office? As usual. Tiring. But thanks to you and your team, we've made some good progress with the problem we've been stuck on for a while.
Oh, I'm glad I could be of help, and it's not every day our research can have an impact as direct as this. Only a few weeks after publication, no less.
The thing is, even with your help, we still need to do a ridiculous amount of overtime to make sure the game will be hot and ready for the holiday season.
Oh. I want to say please don't forget to rest, but I'm sure it won't be that easy for you.
If those executives care about us. Oh, it's crunch time. Let's talk about crunch. Overtime is not mandatory, they'll say. See your family, get some rest. But we all know that optional overtime is a passive-aggressive move. We'll stay longer in the office anyway, because if you go home earlier than the others, you'll feel bad for them.
You'll feel guilty. I understand that so much.
I'd hate to admit it, but yeah, it's guilt.
I wish I could help you, or at least say something to boost your morale. Sadly, I'm not the right person to give you advice about that. The guilt is something that also bothers me a lot, even for things I shouldn't feel guilty about. And you know what makes it worse? I know the state of the industry, but it still saddens me to realise that my favourite series was born out of such sacrifice. I'm sorry, I ruined the mood for everyone.
Don't worry about it, Aqua.
I'm not that bad off, you know. At least the company gives us decent compensation. Healthcare, bonuses, and so on. We're already used to this. So don't you worry about me, okay? Getting used to unhealthy working conditions shouldn't be a norm.
Hey, cheer up. Remember,
your research helped us out a lot. Thanks to you, the rest of the development is going to be much easier. How's your game going, by the way? I actually have some good news about it.
What is it?
The game got approved to be showcased at Max West this year.
Oh, that's really good news. Congrats.
Thank you.
So, what's the problem?
I haven't confirmed my attendance to the organiser.
Why? Confirm it fast. Or they give you a spot to another indie.
I'm just not sure about it.
What's stopping you? Cost?
The booth is free for indies.
That's good then, and the event's even in Seattle. You don't have to spend anything on travel or accommodation. It's a golden ticket.
But I'm not that confident.
Pass the selection process, right?
That should be enough validation to reassure you the game's quality.
If I'm not mistaken, judges are usually prolific people in the industry, and also senior journalists.
I know, but I've told you about my game, right? It's pretty non-traditional. And thousands of people will be visiting Max, and Full Metal will contemplate another bigger games.
Every game has its own market, you know.
You'll be in the indie area. People know what to expect there. Gamers aren't stupid. What if some haters visit the booth? What if they don't like my game and say bad things about it? Or about me?
That's not going to happen. It's an expo, not the internet. People are way nicer in real life.
Even after all that, I'll still be there by myself the whole event.
That is one problem, yeah.
Meeting that many people is already scary enough. Doing it for 4 days straight, showing my baby to the public. I just can't imagine the horror.
You know what?
Uh-huh?
So far my schedule is pretty empty around there. If things stay this way until Max, I'll come with you.
No, you don't have to do that. Even if you're free, and you shouldn't waste your time on me. Relax or something.
No, it's no bother.
I'm going to be going to the event anyway.
Might as well come with an exhibitor patch.
What about your company's booth?
Don't worry about it. There are hundreds of us. I can just ask my leave to skip this year.
But...
I'm coming with you. Whether you like it or not.
Okay.
Good. Now, what are you going to show the game on?
I'll have a laptop and a smartphone.
Is the expo build ready?
Expo build?
You're not planning to showcase the full version, right?
That's the plan?
Don't. I can give you the guidelines on what to have for the expo build. Do you have the game with you now? This is on my phone. I can send you the bill now if you want. Do so. Okay. Oh, I ship these two so much. Let's have a quick look at the chat. Yeah, I will agree with the chat that people are not always more pleasant in person than on the internet. That's no promise that they won't be shitty. Got it. Now let's see. Oh, look, joining us. Oh, Rachel. This is, we talked about her earlier in the stream if you didn't see Friday's stream. This is the girl who ran away from her dad because they kept getting into fights, and the dad showed up earlier this stream. He was the dad who was like, I want to understand what the kids are up to. How are our friendship points doing with each of them? What was the dad's name? Hendry. Well, Hendry's still at like level 1. But hopefully we can make a good drink for Rachel and fix things a bit. Hi, Laura. What's wrong? Huh? Nothing. I've just been practicing all day. I'm pretty tired. You having a concert soon? Don't tell anyone, it'll be announced tomorrow, and I'm gonna perform at Coachella next week. They're still adding performers? Yeah, you might say that those announced this later, backups. Oh. But it's still the biggest festival in the country. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think I should celebrate with a special drink. Something sweet. What do you want to order? A sweet hot chocolate. Okay. That can be chocolate. Just a double honey hot chocolate, maybe? Try that. Honey chocolate. Yeah, we'll try serving you a honey chocolate. Your sweet hot chocolate is ready. Thank you. How was it? Not bad. It's not special, but it's enough. I mean, please don't hesitate to call me if you need anything else. Oh, did we... was that not the right drink? Oh, shouldn't there have been milk in it? Yeah, you're probably right. Is it bad that I kind of want to find a way to reload the chapter just so I can do the right drink? Yeah. No, I think we forgot. We should have added milk. That's our bad. So, I focus too much on how can I get the sweetness up to maximum and not on hot chocolate usually has milk in it. Well. Goodness. Other than instruction on the loading screen, try putting a time limit on how long they can play. Why? Wouldn't that break their immersion? Probably, but in case there's a good reaction to it, you might have people lining up to play your game. Don't want to make them wait too long. That makes sense. You don't want to put a time limit on it. Try ending the demo with a cliffhanger. That should get people's attention. Noted. Oh, is this Freya? Oh, okay, it's Rachel and her dad. Oh, shit. After what you did at the studio this evening?
I'm worried I couldn't find you anywhere around the studio. I thought you'd be here.
Now you're causing another ruckus.
We're sorry, Laura. We didn't mean to cause you any problems.
You are sorry. I don't have anything to be sorry for. Well,
Anyway, I better order something.
what are you having?
What would you recommend?
Spanish Sahara. Hot chocolate with milk and ginger. Oh, I can do that. Chocolate, milk, ginger. Hooray, thank you for giving me the instructions for this one.
Twitchster in the chat. In my headcanon, you just gave her honey with cocoa powder. Goosey B, thank you very much for the bits. Goosey B says, honey and hot chocolate, you should probably go to sleep. I can't, I've got Pixel Squirt to record after this. Yeah, we'll serve one of those, why not? Your drink is ready, sir.
My, this is amazing.
Oh, what are you up to now, sir? Hendry's up to 2. Oh, Rachel did go up to 2, okay. Okay. Neither of them's up to perfect, which means we ain't fixing this relationship yet. Warm and cozy, just like a day in Barcelona. Dad?
Yes?
Please go home after you finish your drink.
Not until you leave that good-for-nothing pervert.
Ah, Mo Lester, yes. I need him, he's gonna help me become more successful.
I know, Morris. He's not a good person.
The industry has changed, Dad. It's not like 20 years ago. Besides, since you left, he's been growing his brand, making his name, managing a lot of stars so they become superstars.
I still have my informants in the industry. It hasn't changed much. Even if he has, it wasn't for the better.
You're just being paranoid. Oh god, is this a Harvey Weinstein-esque? He has a fucking history of being a creep. First, you were afraid of how my fans would treat me. Now you're afraid of the industry too. What's next? You lock me in the house because you're afraid of the air I'm breathing.
But just too young to understand.
Then make me understand. Because this is definitely not helping. There are better ways. Didn't you learn anything from Mum? You were together for almost 15 years, but you learned nothing. Not even how to talk to your own daughter.
Rachel, I'm sorry. I'm trying, okay?
Try harder. Because right now you're not helping anyone. Not me, not you, no one.
I know. Give me a chance. You know what? It'll take time for me to learn. But I am learning. Or, you know, could return to the industry. I can try to be your manager.
Dad, are you out of your mind? You've been out of touch for so long.
I told you I have informants there. I'm not that out of touch. Of course, there are things I need to figure out. But
It doesn't work that way, Dad. You know that. Going from a girl band to a solo career won't be easy. If I take things slow, I'll lose all my momentum.
You don't want me to be your manager. Will you at least choose someone other than Morris?
Oh, I don't think so. Mr. Lester is at the height of his career now. Yeah, God. Yeah, Rachel, stop. Yeah. I feel like Pawuz in the chat needs to, is right. Dad needs to just go, he's a fucking molester, stop it, no. He's my best chance right now. Don't be too paranoid, okay? I've made my decision. Now please go home. Relax. And don't ever come to the studio again. I'm going back there. I need to practice for the festival. It's only a few days away. It's a big chance to boost my presence as a solo artist.
When are you going to be home?
I don't know. I'll be staying at a hotel the label provided.
But that's...
See you, Dad.
Wait, Rachel.
Oh. I feel bad. I feel bad for this dad, because I can understand what... he's fucking called Mo Lester. I understand your terror.
Excuse me for a moment, Laura.
Oh, God. I'm sorry about what just happened. You don't have to apologise. Yeah, we were busy minding our own business anyway. What? You didn't hear their argument, Myrtle? Well, of course I heard them. I just chose to ignore most of it. It's none of my business, is it? That's amazing. What's so amazing about that? I don't think I can do that. Dividing and focusing my attention so completely, especially when there's an argument like that. Are you saying you weren't listening to my advice and you were focused on them instead? No, I was listening. I made notes. See, you didn't even realise. You're capable of focusing your attention. Now that you mention
unfortunate. It happens naturally, I guess. Being born into a big family is useful after all. Yeah, sometimes we don't even realise what we're capable of doing. By the way, you want to head back now? Yeah, it's pretty late. Oh, Laura, we're leaving. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for the drinks as usual. Take care on your way home. Oh, gosh. Guess that's all for tonight. No, that's going to be Freya, isn't it? No, oh, he's back. Oh, you're back, Mr. Henry. Are you alright? Sir?
No, yes. Please don't worry about me.
Did you catch up with Miss Rachel?
No, I lost her.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sure she's alright.
I hope you're right.
By the way, pardon me for asking.
Yes?
Through your arguments with Miss Rachel, something kept bugging me.
What's that?
Why did you leave the music industry?
Now that's a trip down memory lane.
You don't have to tell me if it makes you feel uncomfortable.
Oh, no, it's fine. I left around 20 years ago, just as we were welcoming the beginning of the new millennium. It was a great time for girl bands, you know. They were huge in the 90s. They were still enjoying the leftover sensation of the past decade. I met my wife while working. She worked for the record label. That's how we met. I decided to get married and settle down. I wanted a peaceful life.
You didn't find peace managing girl bands?
Oh gosh, no. Politics, the dark side of the industry. What hit me hardest was the fans. Toxic fans are the worst. Teenage girls especially, they were crazy about their idols. To the point where they started doing really unimaginable stuff.
Oh, like what?
Spending all their money trying to copy the superstar lifestyle, abandoning their responsibilities, their families. And the men, they were even worse. They sexualized the girls in every way you could possibly imagine. Edited photos, stalking, outright sexual assault. It was before the internet, mind you. I mean, the internet existed. It wasn't as mainstream as it is now. It wasn't even the target of the abuse, but it haunted me. It was everywhere. Don't talk to me about peace. I couldn't sleep back then. Not getting enough sleep is dangerous for cats.
What do you do for a living now?
After we got married, my wife and I opened a record store. It's not big, but we have a very specific audience. We're niche, but they love us for it. It's more than enough for our little family.
Oh, you said you're still in touch with your friends in the industry?
Well, they visit my place from time to time. We all meet up at least once a year. Usually it's at my place. Oh gosh, look at the time. I should go home too.
Are you gonna be alright by yourself?
Don't worry about me, I'm an old cat. I'm stronger than most people think. See you later. Sorry for bringing our fight to your place.
Oh, don't worry, it's all good. Ah. Right, and with that, I think we're going to call it a stream for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. This has been real lovely. I reckon I'm going to do one more stream of this game on Wednesday to finish it off. So if same time, this is my regular streaming slot now. So 10 PM UK, 5 PM Eastern, 2 PM Pacific. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I will be streaming. Wednesday I will come back and we'll finish this off. We'll see where these plot lines end. I've been really enjoying Coffee Talk as a nice just story time, bedtime stream. So I hope everyone has a good rest of your evening. Thank you very much. It's been wonderful. Bye. Oh, there we go. Bye.